What it do, man?
What's up?
Y'all already know, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
We have arrived.
So let's get it popping, y'all.
Hey, it's another Thursday night.
Yep.
The feeling is right.
Got that.
And we in the building, man. It's your boy Al. It's your boy Lavis. And we in here, man. We in here. Hold on, man. I was feeling the spirit with that, man. I don't know about you. I don't know about you.
Should let it ride a little bit.
Yeah, hey, man, listen. What you talking about? Already on it.
There we go. You know what to do. It's your boy Al. 1 and 2.
I feel like the homie Josh is feeling this. Don't nobody know all the trouble the homie has seen this week.
Nobody know. Nobody know nothing. Oh, everybody's always waiting for us to freestyle, Albus.
I know. I promised they'd be wanting us to do that, man. They said, but I'm checking the levels. They say your mic on your end's a little low, man.
Yeah, I turned it up.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Nah, it is. You know, every week I gotta turn up.
We gotta turn up. Yeah, man. Turn up. Hey, look, and you know I'm turning up this week because look, we got Star Wars news to get into on top of Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3 tonight. Hey, man, we got music on music and news on news. Beautiful, man. On news.
Is that better, people? Is the mic still a little low for you? Should I go even higher?
Yes, let us know. Let us know.
Yes. It's like I can hear him now, but still quiet AF. That's probably just because we got good production.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to turn up too much on y'all.
Yeah, man. There we go.
Y'all won't know what to do.
Wouldn't know what to do, man. Wouldn't know what to do.
Not at all. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on this week.
Like, tell me about it.
What's going on, period, in the past couple weeks. It's just
it's
an amazing time to be a nerd.
Venger. Man, you got to put the Venger on the end of that. Because that's the
nerd
key.
Venger. Maybe I should just say nerd and you say the Venger.
Hey, look, are we starting something? When I say nerd, you say Venger? Is that what we doing?
Yes, nerd. Yeah.
Venger.
Nerd.
Venger.
Nerd.
Venger.
Nerd.
Man.
Venger.
What's good? So look. Let's get it right. Let's take care of the housekeeping. Show notes. It is Thursday night, so you already know your boy is After Dark is in here, then the Nerds Live. It is Thursday night, which means that we gonna have late in the midnight hour Falcon and Winter Soldier, and we will be getting the watch party in. Josh will be hosting that. Now, I don't believe we will be doing a recap stream immediately after, but I think the homie Josh, if he's able to pull it, he'll be running that solo, or we will be doing that on the morning stream mañana. So just keep your ears to them streets. Stay in the Discord. If you ain't in the Discord, get your ass in the Discord.
I don't know what you're doing with your life.
If you not there,
on it.
That's right.
Better get on it.
Then we will have the Nerd Venger stream for the Nerd Venger community Saturday, I believe. Afternoon, I believe. And then hopefully by next week, we will be right back to your regularly scheduled Nerd Venging, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Look, first and foremost, shout out to the homie Josh for holding it down and making sure to give the people what they need. Because, man, I'm trying to tell you.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
One of these days we'll do more days.
Yes.
And then for real be all day, every
day. And it will be all day, every day for real.
They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do just yet.
I don't know what to do. There's so much news. Like, where do we start? Y'all? What do we get into first?
I don't know. I want to say, how many people in the chat have been checking out Invincible?
Yeah.
If you've been checking out Invincible, Let's see some ones and some purple mains. If not, let's see some twos and like some red sabers. Anything else? If you have been checking it out, let's see some ones and some purple mains, because I actually got to watch it, check it out.
That's what's
it's on
up.
Amazon Prime,
and
it's pretty dope. And I actually would encourage people to check it out if they have not.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, if we may, I would even like to check out the trailer.
Oh, well, I mean,
because it might actually be pretty good for the people.
Well, you know, say no more, my guy. If it is a trailer you need, then I've got the trailer indeed. So let's make it happen. Let me kill these tunes. And then let's go ahead.
See some ones now. There we go.
Let's go ahead and make it happen. Let's go ahead and make it happen. All right. Man, there we go.
Damn.
There we go. So we're getting into it.
It's creepy to turn.
It is creepy to just have that on the screen, right?
That's how you really make a captain's log right there.
Right. Let's kick it though and see what we're talking about.
Yes.
Come on. Knock it off, Todd.
I think Amber's been pretty clear about how she feels. I'm nothing like my dad. I want to be just like you.
I've fought to keep this planet safe. Your power's got to be due any day now, son.
Morning! I'm scared, Dad. What if I can't do this?
Follow me. Slow down. Land. I said land. Stop! Get up.
I'm actually getting used to this a little.
That's not good.
You need to be better. After everything he's done, how can I live up to all that?
You need to decide what kind of hero you want to be. That was you! In the blue and the yellow?
Why don't you meet the team after school?
May we count on you in the future?
Yeah, I think so.
And bored of this.
Son, we need to talk. What I'm about to tell you will change everything.
I wasn't ready before. Now I am.
You being a superhero is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. Now take me flying or I'm gonna tell everyone you're invincible. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
All right then. Okay.
Right. That goes pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? So I would encourage anybody to go out there and check that. I'd probably talk a little bit more about it, but I've seen a considerable amount of twos.
Yeah.
And so I would say the trailer most likely speaks for itself, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
If you aren't checking it out, there's a lot of things that you're missing in that for sure.
Yeah, man. That looks like that might be right up my alley, man. To be honest, I had been totally sleeping on it. I was like, Invincible, huh? Okay. But yeah, I might have to check that one out.
Yeah,
might have to do that. Might have to do that.
Yeah. Okay. So now then, I will leave it on this though. So now, if you have not been watching it, but will watch it now, let's see some ones and some purple mains. But if you still like, I guess I'll check it out whenever. I guess we could see some twos and some anything else's.
Yeah.
Some sabers and such. But I thought it was a pretty awesome thing.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of time. I sat back, was like, let me pop this on, because, you know, the homie XR Coon, he's forever talking about Invincible.
Shout to XR Coon,
like,
man.
Yeah, shout out to XR. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And I liked it. There's some twists, some turns. There's some things that you don't really expect to see as far as the growth of the character. If you're unfamiliar with it, honestly, after seeing the second episode, I remember that I've actually checked out the comics before.
Gotcha.
And I know where the story's going, and the way that they're doing it in this is actually pretty true to it. So, yeah, if it's not something that you weren't interested in before, I guarantee you,
Definitely.
you're welcome, Amazon Prime.
There you go. Right
Here they come. I've sent the Nerd Vengers your way.
Beautiful.
So you know what you can do for us.
Exactly. Hit us up.
Yeah.
We ain't hard to find.
You know. We ain't hard to find it. Oh,
no, man. Not at all.
But on the heels of that, if you want to get into a little more of the comic realm or a little more of the cinematic comic realm,
yep,
it's not good news. And shout out to Star Wars Santa.
Shout out to Star Wars Santa.
I see you wanted me to be angry. Oh, I see you, Obi Mish. He's calling me out because he don't think I had enough purple because I ain't turned all the way up.
You ain't turned. See, look,
so
that
better for y'all. That better for y'all. They see my eyes too much. It's like he ain't turned up.
Nah, man.
This makes all the difference.
You know they expect the specs,
right? But pretty much when it comes to me being angry about the new gods, Star Wars Santa, I can't be angry about it because we already know that they're not going to continue on with the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
They closed that door when they gave us that 4-hour spectacular.
Yeah.
And he has to walk away. So the fact that they're not going to go with the new gods and do Darkseid and all of them makes perfect sense. There's actually a lot of other, like, to be honest, Darkseid is the leap that they did. I feel there's a lot of other characters that they could actually go through and mow through. Like Brainiac is another honest Darkseid level villain that they could do next. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't got to kill him right away. He can always get away. Even if they did kill him, he's like an advanced android. Like he can upload himself and live somewhere until he can create it. Like he's done that before. Like there's so many other things that they can recycle. I was talking with the homie Al over here about the possibilities of things that they could do, period. And honestly, what I think is, and I'm just going to come out straightforward to say it, we've been getting a lot of Black Adam news lately.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was one of the properties that, a lot of people are excited to see, but a lot of people doubted they would get because of the whole Shazam, Superman thing. It's just all up in the air. So the fact that we've been getting a lot of Black Adam news, we got the Dr. Fate, Pierce Brosnan. There's just a whole bunch of different things going on in that direction. And after they canceled the Snyderverse, makes me feel like maybe they're going to try to go with more of a storyline that accommodates my man Black Adam.
Yes.
And then perhaps from there, they will try to build out a verse from there. And I was also thinking if maybe they went and did something good with the Matt Reeves Batman, like if that actually winds up popping off, I could see them trying to do something and keep properties like the Flashpoint movie. I'm kind of questionable on that Aquaman 2 movie because the Amber Heard stuff going down with Johnny Depp and all that kind of caused some waves. It seems like they're still going along with that so far, but it's to the point where people are starting to like throw out fake rumors that she's been fired already and all that types of stuff to kind of just discredit the movie. But I think if the Batman pops off, they'll probably use the Flashpoint to pivot and somehow bring him into the universe. I think if it's mediocre, they'll just keep it over there where it's at. And if it's just that bad and people don't accept it, then they'll just cast a new Batman and go that way, which I think it would probably be smart at this point if they went more of the Batman Beyond route.
Yeah.
Like, we've had the traditional Batman. We have the Batman that kills people. Now we need to go beyond that. And I think that would be a good thing to do, for real. So I can't be mad at the fact that they're not doing new guys. That's something that we already saw coming, and just something we're just gonna have to deal with. It's even to the point where my man came out and pretty much tweeted to for people to stop pestering about them not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Who was it? Ray Porter. Ray Porter tweeted for Ava DuVernay, and even she came back. She was like, you've been nothing but gracious toward me. Appreciate you, and the fans who supported. I'm told the studio will be speaking out about their recent decision about the New Gods characters soon. I hope I pass cross one day, if not in the fourth world, then in another. So, and according to WB and all of them over there, they're saying that they're going to keep the properties with those writers, keep those stories. It's just not moving forward with it, maybe in the future. So it's just going to have to deal with it, man. That's all it is.
What's up?
WB.
Let me just say though, I appreciate the fact that you have such a very Zen-like perspective on the situation. 'Cause I don't. What the hell is this shit? I'm still mad. I don't give a damn. I'm still triggered. I am still hot. This is some bullshit. We don't need some whole new direction. I don't need Matt Reeves' Batman to do well so they can do damn all that. You have the blueprint. So what the hell are we doing here? Warner Brothers? What are we doing here exactly? Look. Everybody want to move on. I get it. But if we moving on from Ralph Boner and WandaVision, then somebody got to take this heat. And Warner Brothers gonna get this heat. Cause I'm ready to watch Snyder Cut again. Like straight up. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. I'm ready to watch Justice League again. I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to watch Justice League again. There is no other version. There is no Whedon verse. There is no Whedon version. There is one Justice League movie. And that is the one that is currently on rotation on HBO Max. That's all I give a damn about. And if you ain't talking to me about them continuing that universe, then I don't want to hear shit until you wow me. If Matt Reeves' Batman wows me, then I will shut my ass up. But if it don't, I'm going to be right back on this mic like Warner Brothers. What now? You sure you don't want to get on that phone and talk to Zach? You sure you don't want to ask Ben if he got something to do the next couple years? I'm saying, it's like right there. Now, let me ask you this question, because all triggeredness aside,
we'll put that in the book.
We are going to put triggeredness in the book.
Yes.
That's right. But my question is, could it possibly be that the Snyderverse is the ace in the hole? Meaning they aren't going forward with it, but are keeping it on the back burner in case all this other shit bombs.
Okay, so what I think is they're gonna do a recycle.
Okay.
It's not gonna be the Snyderverse. The only reason why we call it that is because Zack Snyder's the one who put this,
right?
This whole thing kind of together. Honestly, I think all they're really gonna do is, like I said, pivot. They're gonna focus on some other things, possibly. Okay, so this is ironic, and we'll get into this next. Actually, this would be a good segue. But I think if they actually did it more like they did the Godzilla MonsterVerse, it would be a hell of a lot better. Because, like, honestly, at first, I didn't even know that Skull Island was connected to this. I didn't know. I figured that all the Godzilla movies, were connected. It was the same animation, blah, 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 blah. But seeing that they actually made them kind of collide in a way that you didn't really expect, and then see them in Godzilla versus Kong, and then see that, oh shit, like all this was connected. If they did it that way and not even announced a verse, I think that would be a lot better than just trying to come out and make it seem like they're openly trying to compete with the company that has a verse. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same point, at the same point, if it doesn't exactly line up, people are complaining about it, blah, 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 then you can just handle it. You can isolate that.
Right.
You can be like, well, this movie was its own movie.
Yeah.
You could try it again with a different Batman or a different Aquaman or whatever the case is that people might have a overwhelmingly feeling about, to be passionate and hate or whatever the case is. I think that would be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
But
I got you.
We're boners, so
I'm just saying, man.
WB's gonna do.
Who knows what the hell WB is? If that ain't facts, if that ain't the truest shit,
what is?
I don't know what is, man. I don't know.
But yeah.
But what I do know,
Speaking of, what do you know?
I
Mike?
do know that Converse Godzilla was, man, hold on, wait a minute. It was alright. It was alright. Now, if we get into, we won't, you know what, we'll try to refrain from spoilers unless the people demand it, in which case we do have the spoiler alert tag on standby. But let me say this. I enjoyed the movie. Like, straight up, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was cool for what it was. I did like the way that they kind of made some continuity out of it. But there were certain elements of the movie that I thought just didn't really go over that well. But it is definitely worth a watch. So don't let us. It is a very fun watch. Shout out to all of the Nerd Avengers who was in the impromptu watch party we did the other night. You know what I'm saying? We all kind of synced up and checked it out. It's pretty cool. And yeah, man, I will tell you, I probably would have enjoyed it slightly more if I'd have seen it in theaters first, but not seeing it in a theater didn't take away from what enjoyment I was to get out of it. What about you, man? What about you?
Well, I actually contributed and went to the theaters because, as we all know, I had to watch the Taste of New Mutants.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, that was my last sour moment of going to the movies. So I had to take the time and go see Godzilla vs. Kong because I knew it would be at least a fun watch. And in the movies, yes, it was. I enjoyed it. I was able to actually sit back and dive into the story, notice some things, see how they put the intro together, how they had all that different types of stuff popping off in the middle, trying to get the two of them together. It was like you said. He said it's I say it's a little better than but it's not like it was because it was a bad movie. It's just just wasn't one of those types of movies that's overly successful anyway. I think if it was in a regular space, of course, if things were normal how they were, I think it would probably be around like a $300 million box office, 400 maybe. I didn't see it doing no 750, 800. It ain't that kind of movie. It was very enjoyable. You can watch this with your kids. Take your girlfriend out on a date. Yeah. If you go to the movies, you know what I'm saying, if you want to HBO Max and relax.
There you go.
It's one of those types of movies.
Yes.
But I'm not going to be like, and I would recommend it. On a recommendation, I'd give it about at least a 4. You know what I'm saying? It's still one of those movies I would gauge and be like, I don't know if you those types of, but it was fair. It was fair amount of action, man.
Well, I mean, and let's be clear, from an action standpoint, you won't be disappointed, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you will be disappointed. I think, again, you get everything you expect without giving spoilers. You get everything you would expect out of this movie in terms of like cinematic spectacle. But for me, that's kind of where it stopped. But that's what I expected. It's not like I went in with, super high expectations and things like that. You know what you're getting when you get into a movie like this, and it delivered on that. So for me, I felt like it was, worth a watch. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. Come to the Discord. We do have plenty of chat rooms for you to come chop it up and tell us about it. And if you ain't on the Discord, fuck you doing with your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
It's like it's Friday on the Discord. It's Friday. You ain't got no job.
And you ain't got shit to do.
You ain't got shit to do.
But
man.
Get on HBO Max and check out that movie, man.
Yes.
Speaking
HBO
of
Max, relax.
Quick side note, since we on HBO Max, they did drop a little nugget that the Mortal Kombat movie got pushed back to April 23rd.
Yes, they did. I guess we can wait another week.
Yeah, man. I'm actually not that broke up about that one, because I'm gonna tell you. From one Nerd Avenger to another, all these midnight parties, man. My bones. These old bones, man. My bones. It's rough, man.
At least she wasn't like my man Godzilla. My chest.
My bloody chest.
That's not a spoiler either.
Not even a spoiler. But man. Somebody should have got that man some Jamaican colors.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, man. But that, I mean, yeah, with the MK being pushed back, I think, that's actually a good idea in this case, just because there's so much stuff that's kind of like jam packed, and you get a little bit of time. I mean, we all know, like right now, where would that put us? By the way, like anybody can do that quick math. April 23rd, will we be done? We won't be done with Falcon and Winter Soldier yet, will we? Would that be the same as the finale?
So what? Tomorrow will be the 3rd, and we're only supposed to get 6.
Right, it's only supposed to be 6. So yeah, where would that put us at? Where would we be?
It would put us at the very end. Like they would both actually debut at the same.
Oh,
the 23rd should actually be, unless I'm mistaken. Please correct me if I am wrong. But if we got 3 left, we get 1 tomorrow, the next week. Okay, so excuse me, it should be the week after.
So yeah,
16.
Smart.
3, 4, 5. No, I was right. Excuse me, I'm right. These glasses construing my view.
Gotcha.
23rd. It should line up.
So they would line up the last episode. Yeah. Okay, so I see what they're doing then.
Right.
They're trying to get a little bit of that, which I don't know if MK is the thing you want to kind of try to throw up against White Suge. I don't know if that's really the best route for you to go, but I mean
Snyderverse, we still talking about it, man.
Yeah, this is true, man. So, this is true.
And it's all hype for the same cinematic company, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the same. It's all under the same thing, man.
But see, they don't have TV shows and stuff like that for real to go up against the MCU. And the sad part about that is now they got things like Titans. They have things like Doom Patrol.
Yes.
They tried to do Swamp Thing. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was pretty terrible. Bad enough that they actually put it on the CW. So that's bad. But they don't have like a streaming line other than those kinds of properties, and they're not bigging them up. They're not really trying to throw them out there for some reason. And I thought that they were great. I actually got a friend of mine to start watching. He texted me this morning talking about Titans is hot. So I don't see why they don't try to actually play that game with them. But all they got is movies. Yeah, honestly,
that's it, man.
On those kind of levels. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to compete. It looks like with their movie properties, because honestly, the MCU is about to start pulling away again.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Well, I mean,
what they got coming out after Mortal Kombat? What's after that?
Whew, crickets.
Yeah,
crickets.
What you got?
Pretty much. Unless I don't know. Well, I mean, wait a minute. Now, what about Matrix though? Matrix is later though. Like they pushed that later in the year, right? I think so.
I would say it wouldn't be fair, but I would say I would give points to somebody who could come up with that release date faster than me. But I don't think that they will be able to do that. So the Matrix 4 is supposed to be 2021, of course. It says the 22nd of December.
Okay, so yeah, end of the year. So yeah, we still waiting on that one. Because I was gonna say maybe that's the plan, but yeah, that's a long ways away when you're talking content, man. It's a lot that could happen between now and December. So
most definitely. So I guess if you really want to do something real quick, I am doing a list of movies that they're supposed to have come out at least. So far we've already gotten Godzilla vs. Kong. We're about to get Mortal Kombat. The Suicide Squad apparently is another property under WB. Space Jam, that's also supposed to come out. I see Will Smith.
Oh yes, I forgot about the Space Jam. Does anybody, just for shits and giggles, let me get by number of purple mayne emojis. Do you have any interest? 1 to 5 purple mayne emojis in the new Space Jam movie. I'm just curious. I just want to see for my own enjoyment.
I'm kind of curious too, and I will have to say that it gets no purple maynes from me.
None? Okay, well let me ask you this: were you a fan at all of the original?
Yes.
How big?
Yes.
Was it your joint?
Very big. Like
okay.
I would have to say, I mean, because I'm older now and I haven't seen it, admittedly, but like it was to the point where I would act it out, quote it out, like yes, that was my shit. It's not a personal. Excuse me. It may be a little personal because it's how I feel, but
sure,
it's just generational thing. I'm not into it because like that time for me, I was into watching basketball because of Michael Jordan. Of course, I was young, so I was into Looney Tunes.
Right.
Put them both together, and goo goo gaga. But I don't have that same kind of. I said goo goo gaga, not okay Google. Gosh.
You know what I'm saying? They listening, man. They listening.
Streets, man. Totally listening. I said, hey, what's up with Jessica Alba? And then before I could even put J.E., it already had her name coming.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to tell you, man.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But anyway,
indeed.
yeah, I was into Jordan and all that stuff. So it was just like I was automatically drawn in with those elements. So am I kind of interested to see what they do? Like, really, no. Like, didn't they do like a Looney Tunes one spinoff back in the day with like Brendan Fraser where they tried to continue that in a different way?
Ooh, please tell me that's false. Because I would, God, no, please.
They did one. It's not a space. It wasn't Space Jam, but it was kind of like a spin-off Looney Tunes movie they did.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was just I don't know. I just really wasn't into it on that. And no offense to LeBron, like I don't know. It's just a generational thing.
Are you so it's not that you're a Kobe guy over LeBron? I see a lot of that in the two-way, by the way.
Yeah, I see it too.
I'm about to hit him with a hot take right here though. Watch this. Let me cut the music. Cut the music.
People about to get mad.
Oh, they about to get triggered. LeBron is better than MJ and Kobe, so y'all just need to pay respect. Yeah, I said it. LeBron is the GOAT. Ain't nobody thinking about Jordan no more. Ain't nobody thinking about Kobe. It's all about the Kang. Put some respect on the Kang name. And remember, that is April Fool's, motherfucker.
Okay. That was so,
I had to get him.
So sharp. Like,
I had to get him.
Got me too a little bit, huh? I need something to drink.
Look, man. I'm a LeBron fan, yep, but he ain't. Nah, we not finna put him over Jordan, though. And I will touch on this real quick since we on the subject of Space Jam. To all of the people that saying that Kobe should have got it, man, Kobe didn't want nothing to do with that movie, man.
Nah.
Kobe ain't want nothing to do with that, man. If anybody was gonna do it, it would obviously be LeBron. Now, am I like really pumped about seeing LeBron doing a Space Jam sequel? Hell to the no. Like I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not like pumped to see this because I really don't understand. Other than LeBron being like, I want to do a Space Jam movie too. I don't understand the point. Like, I really don't get it. Now I will say this. I'm gonna laugh when that movie ends up being good. I'm going to laugh because I have a feeling that it is going to be not just good, but from a movie standpoint, I think it's going to be better than the original. Now, that's not to say that it's going to hold the place that the original holds with me, but I'm just saying, I think there's going to be a little more thought put into this one.
I think it can't help but at least look better.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, from an aesthetic standpoint, of course. But I'm just talking about from, movie plot, period, which is going to be something goofy anyway. But I just feel like they're going, because you got to think about it. LeBron and the people that made this movie know what's riding on this. Like, can you imagine if this movie come out and it's trash? Like, first of all, I can't believe we talking Space Jam. But can you imagine that's going to be trash?
I can, but I don't think it will be. And if it is trash, it'll be trash for people like me.
Adam,
like who aren't into it because of what I got pulled into.
Adam says that I see Adam in the chat. Shout out to Fanjexter says, laugh. I guarantee it's going to be a great family movie. What that tells me is somebody has already gave him spoilers and let him know that there's also a CGI water scene in this movie. And it looks amazing. That's what that's about. We know what this is. Somewhere LeBron is going to be in a CGI pool with water flowing, and Adam already just seen it, and it brought tears to his eyes, and he's going to want to give it an Oscar. That's what that's about.
The next debate 8 is going to be the next best
top 8 water.
And I think he had Waterworld is number 1.
Waterworld is number 1?
Yeah, totally had Waterworld as number 1.
Oh man, I'm with it.
It's the only good water movie I can think of.
He's the only one that matters he can think of. Hey, for real.
Shoot.
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know, man. But we'll see. I mean,
I don't know.
Going back to the whole thing with HBO Max, I mean, they've got some stuff coming, man. But I'm like you, like MK might be the last one that like people really checking for quite a minute.
Right. Exactly.
For quite a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like nobody's like, oh, what you talk about WB? They got this, they got that. Like they're gonna run out after Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Nobody really thinking about Space Jam, for real. And the rest of these movies just look like regular movies. So it's
That's
like,
it.
yeah, I'll go watch a Will Smith movie if it's good and captivating. But that's again, in normal times, that's maybe 150, 300 million. That's all you get.
Yeah, that's about it.
Meanwhile, MCU is gonna be pulling in all of that sweet streaming money.
Killing the game, man.
They ain't even thinking about that. That's not what's on their mind right now. What's on their mind right now is how to legitimately come out with the WandaVision season 2.
That's what it is. That's what you're going with.
Exactly.
Didn't Josh troll enough this morning? Didn't we get enough trolls from Josh?
I don't think Josh trolled enough.
Because
if he had, it would have probably discouraged me.
Now, see, I've thought about this. What if Josh is doing an Inception trolling job right now, and he's throwing everybody off the scent, but this actually is the plot for WandaVision season 2? Like, think
about it.
Think about it. Think about it. Especially when he know them people be watching.
Right.
He getting the news to you without getting the news to you.
You gotta be careful with that too.
You gotta be real careful with that.
Be real careful. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't think he trolled hard enough because I still want my nerd coin.
You want that nerd coin from Godfather, huh? Yeah, I saw him trying to give you an out, man. I
bet you saw what my response was too, man.
I did indeed, sir. I did indeed.
Now we all know how Godfather knows that name.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I'm optimistic. It ain't no thing. If it don't happen, it don't happen. You had a nerd coin, but at the same time, I for real, this Josh says, okay, so this is what I liked but didn't like in the end, because Josh used like real facts to try to pull you in. Okay, so it is known that the MCU, that Feige is like, yo, if you kind of mess some things up or we don't get the story out the way we want it to, we get to it. And these new streaming shows is actually a testament to that. You know what I'm saying? Now we're actually getting some background on some of these B characters. So, you know, him saying that, plus I feel like he stole a little bit of my theory on how they could do it coming after Doctor Strange. Like, he lined it all up.
Didn't he though? He
did. I feel like he went back and watched the reels of how your boy Lavis gets down in Speculation Town. And he was like, and he tried to use it against me because he didn't like the fact that I took him down on the Snyder Cut.
That you did. And I see how you brought it full circle.
Yes.
Hey, man, look, Josh be knowing. That's all I'm going to say about it. Josh be knowing.
Yeah.
He be knowing.
Right. So I'm saying, it's like, oh, do I believe him or don't
There you go.
Sometimes you got to check the date. You have to check the date. It might be like milk. You might spoil it. Just might. But you know what? It's not something that we can spoil. It's something that we can actually celebrate.
Please tell me. Please tell me we finally finna get to it. Are we finally finna get to it?
Get into some of that bad batch. That's a bad batch. Yes. It is a bad batch indeed.
And it's about time we got to talking about that bad batch. Because the bad batch is what I want. It is
super bad batch.
It's a super bad batch. I'm trying to get it. I want my bad batch. I've been waiting for it.
Sir.
I have been waiting. And I want it in my life.
If you were like Al and been waiting.
Yes. Let's get the purple sabers indeed. Because I have definitely been waiting for my bad batch. Look, it's been so much bullshit about Star Wars the last several months. Man, look, it's one thing to get a trailer and be like, all right, we good. We know something's coming. But to get a trailer and you like, oh, And then Josh tried to put extra sugar on top, talking about pilot episode 70 minutes. What? Disney Plus, just take it. Oh man,
that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
Oh man. I mean,
that's
like
crazy, but to me, it's kind of expected though, because it is animated.
Yes.
So it's a tad bit easier for him to do that and give you a lot more in that. So I feel like they should go that route with a lot of different things sometimes. You know? Just make it animated real quick. Make it canon. I think Bad Batch is a good look. Most definitely. Especially for me. So like I'm hearing this is supposed to be like a continuation of like Clone Wars in ways.
Yes.
So there's still stuff I got to go back on Clone Wars and watch and catch myself up on if they're going to be connected like that. But the way that they even handled the trailer and outline the characters and then outline a little bit of the premise of the story, for a person like me, it draws me in because it's like, okay, this feels like something that's new. With connectivity,
right?
I can at least watch and enjoy for what it is, and then still be led backwards and edify myself that way. So I think, just the way the trailer is, it kind of does promote me to want to go back and watch the Clone Wars, so I can, when I'm watching it, I can actually understand a lot better.
Yeah,
what the hell's going on?
Well, two things, man. Two things. Number one, number one, as always. We seem to be in sync with our thoughts and it's not just us. Apparently, this is now starting to bleed over into the main gang because I saw the homie Diz. Shout out to Dizzy. I see you. In the two-way said maybe we need to do an After Dark Clone Wars Season 7 watch party. And get reacclimated for some, acclimated for the first time for others. And we get and break it down, man. What you think?
Well, you know what? What I think is, I think we should pass that over to the homie Josh and say, "We're coming for you, Nerdvenger.
We coming for you."
Because I remember sitting this morning talking about he wants to get in on some of that nice watch party action.
Yeah, man.
And he did do it that one Sunday for trying to catch us up with Mando, so we can kind of understand a little bit more where we've been going in season 2. I think Josh, that would be the nice little light that you could follow to lead you back into wanting to talk about
Star Wars. And I see you in the two-way. Nino Ross say, "I keep me a Bad Batch." Man, look. If you don't have a Bad Batch on standby, then I don't know what you're doing with your life.
I'm trying to tell you.
Man. Yeah. But like, look, we didn't talk about the trailer enough, man. You think we ought to pop it on up for the peoples?
To the people.
How about it? Hold on. Wait a minute. We did that wrong. Let's hit it again.
The people.
Yes.
What do y'all think? Should we run the Bad Batch trailer? Yay or nay?
Batch.
Y'all trying to see this Bad Batch with us?
Put the Bad Batch on the corner.
Hey, I'm trying to say, you know how much money we can make?
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
especially
man.
If it's on 42nd Street.
But look. It's cherry down here on my end. But either way, still make money.
Yes.
Indeed, man. So let's see. I'm super ready for Bad Batch. I see it. Everybody, I got a few yays. See the purple mains. I'm gonna take that as a yay. Rogue Avenger Matthew Egger coming through saying yay. Look, that's enough for me, man. That's enough for me.
Yes, please. From Alex
yes,
G.
please. Well then,
Jason C.
Let's go on and do it.
That looks nice like that.
Right?
A test is in order. 5 enhanced clones, more capable than an army. Yet they exhibit a concerning level of disobedience and disregard for orders.
What else you got? Give me more!
Our squad's nothing but trouble. But we get the job done.
You're Clone Force 99.
You know who we are.
Hunter.
Let's go.
Echo.
Hyperdrive's online.
kick.
Prepping to jump.
Reckon.
Let's blow something up.
And crosshair.
Your move.
We're all you need.
I want Clone Force 99 found and wiped out.
The galaxy's a dangerous place to be.
We need to get out of here. What do you say, kid? You want to come with us?
How can I help?
The Clone Wars have ended. You can either adapt and survive, or die with the past. The decision is yours.
We do what we do. Strap in, kid.
Yeah, man.
Amazing. You heard my man. He said, we do what we do, so you do it.
That's
I
tell you do something, you do it. Taser. Cover fire.
Taser. Exactly.
See, look, you know what we was talking about if you was coming to that after dark.
I'm trying to tell you.
Coming in there, kicking with your boys, you might know something, learn something.
Yeah, might learn something.
Might learn
You know
something.
what? When we tell you to join the Discord, you do it.
You do
okay?
it.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
You do it.
And
Man.
Bad Batch is something that you do. When we say watch Bad Batch, you do it.
You do
That's
it.
a Bad Batch.
It's a bad batch.
And it looks amazing.
Oh man. Yeah, it does, man. And it's I'm very, very curious about this Omega character and exactly where this character fits in. That's the thing, because I really feel like, and the homie Josh kind of touched on this a little bit in a video he did covering the trailer, but this Filoniverse, man, like they really starting to flesh this out, and you starting to see the connective tissue. I mean, we already knew that Fennec Shand was going to be in it, but it's really interesting because if you think about it, it really is. They really tied it together beautifully because it didn't even dawn on me.
Yeah.
That Boba we all know Boba's a clone, but she's essentially rescued by a clone. She's rescued by Boba. And that could very well point to why she had like this immediate allegiance with dude and was willing to ride with him. And maybe we get to see what her connection was, and I'm pretty sure we will in the Bad Batch, like just how close she was with the Bad Batch. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be real interesting to see, and I want to see how all of this connects. I'm also curious to see if like Grogu plays any part in this whatsoever.
Yeah.
If Grogu has anything to do with what makes Tarkin decide Bad Batch got to go. Because essentially we see from the trailer that at some point he decided, nah, y'all got to get the hell on. We got to get y'all up out. We got to get y'all up off the board. So how is that going to play into the story overall? Where do they go, or where do they end up, in the future? Like, how does all of that play out, and what does it mean for what we know about Star Wars, going forward? Because again, we see the development or the turning of the Republic into the Empire and all of that. We know about all that. We know, Palpatine is doing his thing. We know that, the Jedis are scarce, damn near extinct. But there's a lot of gaps, man. There's a lot of gaps. And this is
a lot of content they can fill that with.
Yes. And so that's the thing, man. It's just like, it seems to me that where Star Wars thrives best is really leaning into that OG content and filling it out. And this was something, again, I think Josh kind of touched on a little bit. I think it was in the morning stream that, Disney Lucasfilm has been struggling to kind of appeal to youth now, currently.
Yeah.
And Bad Batch could be a way for them to kind of get around that, or to kind of start actually making headway in that sense, because this feels like a cartoon that, youngsters can get behind. Like, they might be interested in this. And if that's the case, and if you can build that out, then you could create a beautiful little through line to take those youngsters right on into like Mandalorian, right on into like the Ahsoka series, all of that shit. So maybe this is the show that turns it around, and maybe this is where Lucasfilm realizes this is kind of the honeypot for them. And they can stop, focusing on or, reprioritize a little bit, because from what I'm hearing, I haven't really, and I tried to get into it, but the High Republic stuff just ain't doing it for me right now. Like, it's just not. And it seems like in true Star Wars fashion, fans want to choose to get more triggered than they do celebrate. We know that's what it is. And again, we got to respect that, not everybody's going to rock to the same beat, and that's cool. But it just, gets me very happy. Right. Because we finally got something to talk about that ain't drama.
Right.
Now.
Right. Yeah. That's nice.
Exactly. Now, but I'm curious for you though, because you like to swarmy now. So I want to know, like, for you, what exactly, or what part of Bad Batch are you most excited about?
To be honest, it's not like really like excitement like on your level. But the draw for me is, like I said, like the fact that they outlined the characters. They're showing you a group of people with different personalities. You had a common goal. Some of them are kind of quirky. Some of them are funny. You got your serious. I just like the way that they lined it all up in that respect.
Yeah.
And listening to you guys and hearing some of the connections that it could have, like I said, that's pretty much the ultimate draw for me to want to come check it out. It just looks cool. I'm into all the other sci-fi act. Of course, Star Wars already brings. I'm not like you said, I'm swarmy. I'm not gonna dive completely deep into stuff that's in Star Wars, but that doesn't mean that I'm not as interested that when they come out with a new property that I'm gonna check it out. To be honest, a lot of the stuff that came out from Star Wars that was animated, you got to think about the time of my life that I was in. So it was like certain things that were like cartoons or kiddie or whatever, I kind of veered away from. You know what I'm saying? I was doing other things. So, you come out with a Star Wars animated something, I'm not thinking about it being canon to something else or continuing on. I'm thinking of it being a new show for the kids, blah, 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 blah. So now, coming into this community, seeing how this has to do with that, and they actually did continue it on. To be honest, if I had known that they had more connective tissue, say for the homie since he ain't been on for a bit, if I had known that, I probably would have actually watched it and checked it out and had a different perspective on it. So, I got a little bit of catching up left to do, but I'm in it. Like, if they drop a new Star Wars stuff, I'm willing to check it out. But just don't expect me to get like a lot of the other Star Wars fandom and be like, "Oh, I'm checking out on it." It's just okay. It wasn't the best. Big whoop. They'll come out with other stuff that I'll probably like. We'll see about it.
Yeah, man. That's one of the things that I still feel like is very unique to the Star Wars fandom. Is it's like, if they ain't down with some shit, it ain't just about saying I ain't down with some. They want to bring down the house. They want everybody and their mama to know. But that just, I think, people, and I think people look at that kind of in the wrong perspective sometimes too. Because especially when like those of us that are really pro Star Wars and we get into, those debates, I think one of the things that's key to kind of remember is that we are all still at the end of the day Star Wars fans. And some of us just have very high standards for the content. Right. And a lot of the people that have, those negative reactions or negative opinions to the shit, it's because they feel like Star Wars has a bar that it needs to hit. And if the content doesn't hit that bar, then they don't feel like, it's worthy. And I respect that. Like, I'm not that person. I tend to kind of just enjoy it for what it is. I will voice when I don't like some shit. Like, everybody knows how I feel about the sequel trilogy. But it doesn't mean that it ruins Star Wars for me, or that I can't necessarily, like, I won't watch the movies now. Like, that's a really interesting thing that's starting to happen. It's like, I can't go past episode 6 now. I can't. Like, when I do Star Wars rewatches, which I try at least once a month to go through like that whole cinematic timeline, I can't do 7, 8, 9, man. I can't, because it's like and this is again where my Star Wars like overboard fandom comes in. It's like, I can't see it I can't watch it because it's like I nitpick and I focus on all of the things about it I don't like. And and knowing where it ends just pisses me off even more, so I can't do it. But that's not to say that anybody that can and that does is lame or whack or anything like that. It's like, nah, if you enjoy it, it is what it is. It's there for you to enjoy. So enjoy it. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the way. But it's funny, like the Star Wars is that way. But either way, Bad Batch, I think, is gonna be another one of those shows that I think everybody will be. It's gonna be a bad batch indeed, man. Yeah, man.
What you thinking, man? You want to hit some of these super chats before we hit the commercials?
Yeah, man. Let's get some of them out the way, and then we pay some bills, and we get into this Falcon and Winter Soldier, man. Episode 3.
All right, so let's see who I got kicking it out for me. I got Big Stevie W.
Sup, Steve?
$50 holla. Thank you, man. He said, in honor of making Diamond Badge on After Dark, mains. Hey, so it's your first Diamond Badge.
Yeah.
Stream, huh? You know what? Well, welcome. You are a Diamond member now.
Mm-hmm.
Very proud
Indeed.
of you, sir. See, stuck in there. We got Mike Hawes with the $5. Thank you. He said, hell yeah, gents. That's some fire beats. Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man. You know how we do?
Right. Got to come in hot. We got Trust Gang with the $4.99. He said, hope y'all are doing well. Same for the chat. Health is wealth. And take my money. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We said we got Pete Afato with the $4.99. Thank you. He said, I bet Lav is $10 if Snyderverse continues. They won't pass up on it. Ha ha ha. Much love, guys. I would take your money, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to you. Unfortunately, I just don't see it coming. Then we got Michael Hostler.
Hey.
He became a Nerd Venture Prime member today.
I see you.
Welcome. My Nerd Venture Prime member now.
Yes.
Always proud of you.
Yes, sir.
We got Big Stevie W came back again with the $5. Thank you. He said, do you guys think that canceled New Gods because it was based on the Whedon cut and now they will be using Snyder's version? No, because if it was actually based on the Whedon cut, then Darkseid would have already been introduced. The fact that they have Darkseid in the Snyder cut and now they're like, we're not doing New Gods, they kind of had to put that out there because people would be expecting to see more Darkseid. And when they didn't get it, they'd be like, what the hell? So
very
they're
true.
like, nah, man. So I don't think that's why. I think I did see someone else. Let me make sure it's not a super chat before I say it. 'Cause I think it was regular in the chat. I just don't remember who said it. But I do kind of agree that they may be going with whatever J.J. Abrams has planned. But
word,
I think it might have been a super chat. So we'll get into that in a minute. We got Felicity. Thank you, ma'am, with the $5. He said Pattinson should have been Batman Beyond. Let's be real. Devernay was probably not the right fit for the New Gods, but JJ will take care of her. I could see Pattinson being more of a Batman Beyond, but I still think he's still a little too old for Batman Beyond. Like, Batman Beyond's got to be senior in high school. Batman Beyond's got to be at earliest senior in high school.
I'm with that.
At latest college. But canonically, he runs into Bruce during his like senior year, and the reason why it has to kind of be that is because this is the closest to a Spider-Man Batman you ever get. This is the first Batman that actually is quippy. He's got the speed and the moves of a Spider-Man, and he has the inexperience. And that's what really what draws you into a character like Spider-Man. It's the fact that, like, again, this is something that's thrust upon him. He didn't really want to be Batman Beyond, but he took that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And then he has like a mentor figure. It's just dope.
Yeah.
And so I could see how you would want them to go there. Period. But I just think Pattinson's a little too old. But for Devernay, they said that they're going to keep them with this story. So if they ever do, unless Devernay in the future is like, nah, I don't want to do it, they'll probably still have her do New Gods. But like I'm thinking, they'll probably either do that later or something or other. We shall see.
No doubt. Yep, we will see indeed, man.
Right. We got T-Rev with the $5 holla. Thank you, sir.
T-Rev, appreciate you.
He said, what do you guys think of the report saying that The Rock wants Black Adam in the Snyderverse? What do you think of that?
I mean, that would be cool and all, but I mean, what's the point if there's not going to be a Snyderverse going forward anyway? Like, I feel like that's Rock, like, maybe trying to do a solid for the fans. And like, you have to, I look at that as almost like politicking. It's like he knows where the fans stand right now. He knows what people want. And so by him coming out and saying that, that's automatically drawing goodwill towards his movie. So I don't think there's much to it. Now, I will say this, if there's anybody that would have enough pull to try to get some conversations regarding the Snyder Cut or the Snyderverse, I'm sorry, it would be somebody like Rock. And maybe that's kind of like maybe that's got something to do with it. So yeah, I mean, I don't put too much weight into it because again, we know what direction they plan on going, which is not the Snyderverse. But if anybody would be the one to kind of try to make that happen, it'd be The Rock.
Right. And again, this is what I say to that. This is what I think about that. At the same time, it's just, it won't be called the Snyderverse. That's just pretty much what it is. It won't. They'll probably actually put some time into actually what they would call it. You know, instead of calling it DCEU,
oh yeah, without question.
Or they might keep it DCEU and go that route, but it just won't be the Snyder version. It won't be the Snyder cut. Or excuse me, Snyderverse. It'll just be maybe the Abrams verse or something like that. Maybe they'll take elements from the Snyderverse and spin it and do it that way. But
yeah,
we just have to see.
To that point, though, I'm like, nah, fuck all that. If you're not gonna give me the flavor that I got from Zack Snyder's Justice League, then it don't need to. You can call it whatever verse you want to. Just don't put Snyder and don't tell me it's got elements. Nah, if it's not that dude extending that vision, then call it something completely different. And do you, WB, do you?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Get ready to have that conversation.
Hey,
it's gonna happen.
I'm sure it will.
No libation.
I'm sure it will, and I'll be sitting here with the same face, looking at WB like,
still never won.
Straight like that.
All right, we got Sheev the Wise with the $4.99. Said, how does Endo Dust sound for the indica equivalent to sativa? Because you feel sleepy. As long as you don't necessarily have to fall asleep indoors, it's all good.
There you go.
We got Casey Watson with the $4.99. Say, I think WB wants to get away from the Snyderverse to make way for J.J. Abrams' upcoming DCEU. Right, exactly. Totally agree with that, Casey Watson. I think they're just trying to go in a different direction. They're trying to shift some things, and they have a couple points in which they could actually pivot to make it better.
Yeah, well, JJ ain't on my favorite people list right now, so I will be cautiously optimistic.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on with J.J. Abrams in the spotlight right now, but I am a fan of those Star Trek movies. I'm totally a fan of his Star Trek movies. All three of them. I didn't see nothing wrong.
Yeah, those weren't bad. Those weren't bad.
Yeah, I mean, for cinematic, if you want to watch some, like some of the visuals in those were just amazing. Actually, I think what is it? The second one. Either the second or third one when they started off and they're on that planet with all the little pink flowers and everything's just the colors, everything. They like. I like his cinematography. I give him a chance. I'm not like on the fence with Abrams until he does something bad, whether it be the first property or the last property. You know what I'm saying? It's just if he takes it over and it's not good, it's not good. You know.
Well,
and then
considering what the hell he did. Not to cut you off, my brother.
No, you're good.
But considering what the hell he did with Star Wars, nah, bro. I'm a wait. I'm gonna definitely wait.
We're kind of in the same boat. It's just that you already mad. I'm just not mad yet.
Yeah, that's it. You give it time. Give it time, homie.
Right. See, now if I was more of a into Star Wars like that, then I'd probably already be.
Oh yeah, you'd be hot as fish grease.
Yeah. Everything's fish grease.
Everything's fish grease.
We got Tommy Banana with the $5. Thank you, sir. You thought I was playing. I told you that's how your name is said every time. He said, why they got to push back Mortal Kombat movie for Godzilla versus Kong, though? I don't think that's what the play was, now that we look at the timeline.
Yeah, no, I think it's, I really think that's HBO Max trying to really go at Marvel and Disney a little bit. When you look at that timeline, I think that's the only thing that I could think of, because there's no other reason that you would need to hold that movie back unless, you know, from a timing standpoint, you feel like, nah, it's a better look for us to do it right now. And my question would be then, why is that? Because you're trying to throw some shade on the parade.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick second. See Darth Maul said, today is my B-day, y'all. 20. We'll celebrate, man.
Hey.
Happy birthday. You are welcome. You are 20 now.
You are 20 now.
Yes, sir. Everybody wish my man a happy birthday. Popping them emojis.
Oh, yeah. Show some love.
Tommy Banana came back again with $2. Said Mortal Kombat has the most viewed Red Band trailer.
Interesting.
Mortal Kombat's hot, dude. Mortal Kombat's hot. And, this is what I wanted to ask the people. I'm going to ask you, the people. I want you guys to do me a favor and do the math for me. I want to know how we have, is it like tell me, do we have a break again, kind of like they did with WandaVision? So we have that like week in between and then we get Loki? I don't remember.
That's a good question, because I'm not sure either.
Because if they're going to pop it in on the 23rd, which is the last episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, we already see that when the Snyder Cut dropped, we still kind of talk about that. You know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of property. But the point is, Mortal Kombat is, to me, is kind of on that same level, because we haven't really gotten a good Mortal Kombat movie, honestly, since to me, the first one. I didn't like the second one all that much. The second one, I don't even want to even try to think of how it was. I'm not even saying it was that bad. It just was that irrelevant for me.
Annihilation was that bad. Let's be real.
Annihilation was.
It was so bad. Like, it
was definitely
I didn't think like legit. After I saw that movie, I didn't think Mortal Kombat as a franchise would make it. Not just cinematically. Right. I thought the game and every damn thing. I thought they buried the living shit out of Mortal Kombat with that movie. I was like, bruh, ain't nobody gonna want to deal with this movie, this property no more, man. Like the fact that they was able to navigate that, bruh, that was bad. It was bad. But live action movies, the first one is by far the best out of all the live action properties. But I will say that Scorpion's Revenge animated joint that came out a year or two ago,
I have to check that out.
Whoa, boy. Look.
So we might have to watch that on.
Yeah, that you want to talk about a watch party. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
We can watch it on after dark.
Yeah, we might be. Hey, you might be on to something there, man.
Might have to look into that.
Might have to do that.
Yes, sir. All right, let's see if we can get through a few more of these before we pay some of these bills.
Yeah, man.
Because we got a lot. We got a Star Wars MCU OG with the $5. Thank you. So what up, guys? Ready to see Falcon and Winter Soldier? What do you guys think about BB? I'm loving that trailer. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the Bad Batch. BB from the Bad Batch.
Oh yeah, man.
About BB, man.
Hey, look, I've already said enough. I can't say it enough. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Like, Star Wars is near and dear to my heart. And if they finna drop a Bad Batch in my lap, then I'm ready. And I want to see just how bad that batch gonna be.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
We got Pete of Fido with the $3.99.
Appreciate you, man.
Got Space Jam 2. Love LeBron. I think Al touched good on that earlier when he said, Kobe probably wasn't really into doing a Space Jam.
Man. Kobe would have wanted to do his own. I mean, we saw it with the Dear Basketball short, man. That man won, what was it, a Emmy for that or Oscar, one or the other, and for his Dear Basketball short, man. Like, Kobe wanted to tell his own stories. He was on the cusp of, like, really showing people just his creative genius, And so I don't think he would have wanted to do anything that would have been in the shadows of Mike, because he wasn't chasing that anymore. LeBron is trying to eclipse that, because in LeBron's mind, he wants to be he wants to be Air Jordan squared, pretty much. Like, that's what he's going for. And not, I don't even think from a greatness standpoint, but from a business standpoint, he wants to be as influential and as transcendent as Jordan was, just doing it in his time. So again, I'm not mad at LeBron for trying to get his Space Jam on, but I'll hold out judgment till I see the movie on how that worked.
Yeah, we'll
pretty
see.
much.
Because I ain't never seen LeBron act except for when he on the court.
He's been in a couple of flicks. Like, he's been in a couple. He had a small part in some movie, like not like a few years back. And I think if I remember correctly, I don't remember seeing it, but they said that he wasn't bad. Like, his acting wasn't terrible. Now, again, I have yet to see this. And I think it was one of those typical where LeBron is playing basically himself. So how hard is it to be yourself? But, like,
how do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's like, hey, we'll see.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna besmirch conversation about it, but we shall see. We get a couple more, and then we're gonna get into $5. So, yo, that Spike Lee joint, Kobe doing work.
Yeah. Hey, man. It was. Kobe was a real one. We all know this now. We all know this. Kobe was that dude. R.I.P. to the Black Mamba. It's crazy to think that it's been over a year already. Man, like, it's just wild, because you wonder what else could he have accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you just wonder what else he could have given the world. But he had already given enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real about it. I mean, 20 years worth of basketball memories, man. Like, some people would give everything for that. So, such is life, man. Such is life.
Such is life. Now I'm gonna read this one. We go Crest with the $20. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "Can't chill with the After Dark crew tonight. Stopping by real quick to show some love. Catch y'all. We appreciate you, man. But hopefully you come back and enjoy. See you on."
Yeah, hopefully.
All righty, man.
Time to pay some bills.
Pay some of these bills.
Time to pay some bills then, man. Let's go on and get to it. And we will be right back in a moment. Just keep chilling with us. And we going to pay some bills. And we going to get back to you after these commercial messages, man.
Don't be startled, non-Venger. Are you satisfied with your other nerd channels? Do you want a more engaging experience with your nerd content? Do you enjoy looking at Josh's face? Well then join the Nerd Vengers, the most immersive nerd community around. Once you'll join, you'll gain access to wonderful extras, like private watch parties, exclusive live streams, specialized Discord channels, merch perks, discounts, and much, much more. Join the best group of nerds on the internet. Don't be a non-Venger. Join the Nerd Vengers today. Are you calling 911? Come on, Chet. Let's skedaddle.
That's right, the boy got fresh, about to turn up. Let me look at myself. Swaggy. Oh yeah, you know your boy about to go get it poppin', but first I need some of that Lavish Maine purple drink. Turn up. Let me grab these keys and then I'm about to turn up. What it do, neighborhood?
he is the most interesting purple drinker.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I prefer purple drink. Stay loyal, my friends. We gon' razz it up, we gon' jazz it up, we gon' snazz it up with that purple drink. We gon' razz it up, we gon' snazz it up, we gon' jazz it up with that purple drink. We gon' razz it up, we gon' snazz. Huh? What? Really? Oh, damn. It sucks having to go home after making a purple drink commercial. People call your names.
Whatever, asshole.
Even walking down the street looks bleak. Look at this. I even got a ticket. Ugh. Traffic sucks. Man, nothing seems to go right. When I get home, my wife look like she about to beat my ass.
I know you better get that damn purple drink money too. Better bring that home.
So I sit down at the table. She still know what I need. So that purple drink. Oh yeah. It's a new tune after that. Hook it up, snazz it up with that purple drink. And now, back to the show.
And there we are. We are back. Bills have been paid. And we in here. Why can I not hear the homie?
Oh, it's my fault.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get up to at least about 8 to 10 commercials so we can have a debate 8.
Oh yeah, and get the people's favorites. Oh, without question.
Yeah.
You already know that's going down.
Yes, sir.
Already know. And you know what else is going down? Do you know what else is going down?
What it is?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Soldier.
The third chapter in the book of White Sugar. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Man. Yes. I'm having so much fun with this show, man. Like, I don't know about you, man, but like I am really having fun with these first couple episodes.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, the first one came in hot. Finally,
yeah.
That intro had your boy bopping right there, and just seeing some more dynamic between Bucky and Sam. Like, it was really nice seeing how they play off each other.
Yeah.
Like, I've watched a couple different times, and now it's like I almost can't take Bucky tries to be serious because I feel like putting myself not laughing at how my man Anthony Mack stage.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder. That chemistry, and of course, you know what they're doing in the show. You know, you got the Flag Smashers with their super soldier strength.
Yes.
Just a whole bunch of stuff going on. Are we gonna have to like put up a spoiler warning about anything we talking about? So we just getting straight into the shit.
Oh no, we getting straight into the shits. If you ain't seen episode 2 and you over here, motherfucker, you doing? Know what you doing?
Like, you seen the title, and you know how we do.
You already know how we do things.
Plenty of time, okay?
Man.
Plenty of time. But I'm interested in seeing what they're doing, just for the simple fact of the they got the Flag Smashers, and in the comics, Flag Smasher was a villain, and then they turned that into the group, and then the Power Brokers, he was also a power broker, and now they made that to a group, but they kind of kept the same premise of the two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Flag Smashers, they have a leader still or whatever. And then the Power Brokers still created the power. So what I'm kind of wondering is if they are doing it that way, with the Power Brokers have essentially a serum that's going to create super soldiers. I think John Walker might find his way to try to level the playing field.
Yeah.
And that's going to play with him a bit. That's going to play with his psyche a whole lot going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want to go ahead and zoom to the end. We'll get to it, but we already know Bucky and Sam's on a different quest toward the end of that. Going to go speak to somebody we've been waiting to see.
Oh, hell yeah.
And wondering where the hell he's been at, what he been doing. And apparently, he been locked the hell up.
Locked
a lot
up.
Of the stuff we saw.
Yeah.
Won't let him out. Or maybe they do. Apparently they do, because if you watching the trailers,
you see my man is he on
everywhere.
He is on the outside.
Most definitely. So it's kind of interesting to see how they're splitting the story, because the story about Sam and Bucky But it's also about what's going down with my main John Walker, because he even admitted to them that, you know, they ain't expected the Shield would end up with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like there was, like you said, my man, that there was a bigger thing behind them getting that shield.
Oh yeah, without question. Because that's the thing. Like, and we talked about this as we were getting ready for the show. But like, when you go back and you think about it, you get the announcement of, you know, John Walker being the new Captain America. You come right into the second episode, and they're introducing the homie, but they've already got action figures. People got posters. They said, so it's like, wait a minute, when did we have time to put all of this shit into mass production? Unless the government already knew what they was gonna do, and all they had to do was find a way to coerce Sam to give up the shield. That's why I still feel like there's more to that story. Now, granted, you know, Sam might have already been wrestling with that idea, but I think it was somebody kind of massaging him along that path, because that whole turnaround, unless we talking about several weeks and up to a couple of months, maybe even, that's a quick time to get like all of them posters printed and get action figures on shelves. Or even if those is like, if you want to get super deep with it, even if those is like prototypes that they just handed out to the people that was there, you still got to have time to get that pressed up, boxed up, and shipped up. So hold on, man, something ain't right. The mathematics don't work for me. And I think it's something deeper going on with that. But I think the interesting thing for me about like the show, aside from kind of the subplots that they have, which we got into in Afternoon, and if you don't know nothing about Afternoon, then you better learn something. That's when we come in here on Saturdays and we chop it up, break it down, let you know what's up. And lately, we've been unwinding these Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes a little bit more on Saturdays. So come check us out. But yeah, it's very interesting to me to just see the plot, and like you said, the two different stories or the two parallels, because on the one side, you've got, you know, Sam and Bucky, and they've got their own demons and things that they're struggling with. But then you've got Battlestar and John Walker, and it's like they've got their own stuff they dealing with, and mainly trying to figure out how they can exist or how they can carve their own way in this, you know, post-blip society, being that now all the pressure is on them, because essentially you are the new Cap and Sam or Falcon, pretty much. Yeah. That's definitely the way that they presented that from off the top at the very beginning of the second episode, is to let you know these are the replacements, and they in here to win people over, but also to keep that government agenda chugging along. And first time out the gate, they find out shit ain't all good in the hood, man. You can't just come out here thinking you're gonna be able to throw that shield around. Nah, you got some souped up mofos out there that's got some other plans, which again, like we've both been talking about, makes you wonder, at what point is John Walker gonna start asking for that juice?
Right.
When is my man gonna be like, hey, look, I need to be out here. You got me out here fighting these crazy mofos. I need y'all to hook me up with some of that stuff that Cap got. He want that purple stuff.
Yep. You try to get all up on that purple
that
serum.
Purple
man,
serum.
He's out there dealing with Captain America level villains. Can't just, like, that's the only way you can honestly fill the shoes of being Captain America. You know right now, you know, Cap is walking around size 14, 15. My man's running around right now size 10.
Yeah.
He's done the work, but he ain't put in the time.
That's it.
He definitely ain't got the strength. They already proved that. It's like my man couldn't even go up against the flag smashers on top of them semis. But I got a real question for you.
What you got?
The hell was that car doing so close behind that he was able to get punched and land on it to break his fall? Like,
see what you don't realize. I've got a theory on that and a solution for it.
Oh, okay.
What you don't realize is that in that car was Jada Pinkett Smith. And she was driving behind the 18-wheelers because she knew this was going to happen. And in a cut scene, we gonna see that John Walker land, and she gonna be like, "Go kick his ass." That's what this is, man.
Though. That's what that was.
That's all. That's all it was.
That sounds like a great theory, but I have the actual answer.
Okay, well then, what's the actual answer then? Since you're so damn smart.
The actual answer is obvious. It's Mephisto.
Oh,
obviously Mephisto.
You right.
Was right behind him driving in the car.
That's the whole thing. It was Mephisto all along.
Right.
We know totally this. Mephisto. I don't know how I forgot. My bad.
No, I'm just
Mephisto
saying they got
confirmed.
Some really nosy people. They got some nosy ass people.
I'm trying to tell you because I'm look.
You see some people fighting.
We need to do it. We need to do it after dark. How it really went down.
Right.
And like me and you in the car, and we pull up and see some cats fighting on top of 18-wheeler. I don't know about you, but if I'm behind the wheel, I'm swinging into that outside lane and passing their asses up like they ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing. I'm getting the hell up out of there. I didn't see nothing. I can't tell you nothing. No, sir. I was not there.
Not at all. Not at all.
Nope.
I'm trying to tell you right now. Like, you seen that meme, the dude from New York, when they on the subway and my dude passed out underneath, and they just sitting down on the chair just reading. That's the definition of what I'd be doing in that situation, dude. I see.
Be like, I don't know who y'all talking about, but I wasn't in no car on no.
Right, but I mean, to his credit though, he's got the skills. I see, my man Battlestar got kicked off of the semi. My man tossed the shield, his only real protection, and it shows he's kind of got the guts to go up against whatever person he's going up against. He sees that they got strength, but he didn't back down. So he does have good traits, most definitely. But I'm waiting to see some of them negative traits come out. I'm waiting to see if they get close enough to the power brokers and them enticing my man into taking the serum so he can level the playing field, be the hero that he needs to be in America, and get them back what they lost. Because they'll have a reason to bargain. They'll have a reason to go to him. And it'd be interesting on that for them to, because, at the end of the whole interaction after they had the conversation, and then my man Bucky kind of dropped some knowledge on Sam.
Gotcha.
To be able to go visit the actual and original Captain America.
Yes.
Technically, because it sounds like my man Isaiah Bradley was in the military, and if you had a problem, if you have a problem, he was the type of person
he was that dude that went and solved it.
Right. So it's kind of odd, or I'd like to hear and I know we're going to, but I'd like to hear the rest of that story on why they decided to throw my man in jail for what he was doing. And then they were saying, they were taking his blood. So there's a couple different ways that I interpreted that, and you let me know what you think.
What's up?
So I don't necessarily think that they was taking his blood because they wanted to replicate a version of the serum that they gave him. I think that they were taking his blood because he is the source. He is what they were experimenting on way back when in order to create the Super Soldier Serum and start doing the Weapons Plus program. What do you think?
I think you're onto something with that because, I mean, in the comic, he was the only one of 300 test subjects that survived. And so clearly it was something with his DNA makeup and whatever the new combination, a new strain that they were able to come up with that worked. So they basically cracked the code with him, and maybe it was something about his blood that they had to infuse in order to make it work. And so, no, I definitely think that's something that there's something to that. And what I'm really interested in is how it is that he's free and out and just chilling, because you would think they wouldn't want that loose end just out there. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't want him with that knowledge out there unless there was either some kind of a contingency plan or some kind of a deal in place where he's, there and quiet and minding his own business and not really speaking on nothing and staying out the way in exchange for his freedom. Like, I mean, it's just going to be real. And that's the thing that that's the thing that's really interesting to me is like, where does that thread go? Like, is that going to be another, just nice little Easter egg thing, or will they build that out and flesh that out a little more? That's what I'm curious to see how they handle that when it comes to his story, man, because the implicate plus and just for my own enjoyment, if we could just get some more of Isaiah Bradley on screen, period, man, because that acting,
yeah, man, that's some for that. Yeah, he put it down. In that little section there.
Without question. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play that.
Yeah, most definitely. But I think it's interesting that he was strong enough that he said he's strong enough, fast enough, and good enough that he said that he pretty much took half of that arm from my man Bucky. So we already seen how Bucky was back in the day. We see how he got down in the first episode. You know what I'm saying? So for them to drop my man off and to come back and handle him, I kind of wonder how that story ended. Obviously he got away. He didn't bring him in.
Yeah.
But he wasn't able to stand up to him. But here's a little side quick question. So the young man that answers the door, do you think that they'll spin him into being Patriot? The young version of Cap, or do you think that he's just a character in the show, ends to a means in order to kind of play up the situation a bit?
Yeah, I think that's TBD at this point. I definitely think that he was put in that scene for a reason, like put it this way, in case they go that route. Like, I know that, the homie Josh and a lot of people think that, Young Avengers is coming, and it definitely seems that way when you look at kind of some of the things that they set up with, like Morgan Stark, with Kate Bishop. Now you got, Isaiah Bradley's grandson now, so he could be somewhere in there. So yeah, they're definitely setting that up. But when will they pay that off, if at all? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the question. That's the question. And to that point, maybe that's something that's going on that we don't realize with the MCU yet, in terms of how White Suge is setting things up. Because I know one of the things that we said about WandaVision was that it was a lot of things that felt like they got set up and didn't get paid off. And they've said, hey, if you feel that way, just keep watching, like, basically. So maybe what the thing is that a lot of these things are being set up because maybe they're learning from the Infinity Saga how to plant those seeds just in case, to where you have this stuff already embedded in the content should you choose to go that direction. Because then you don't have to worry about, going back and retconning anything or refilming certain scenes or giving different perspectives, because that stuff's already there. So maybe that's the route that they're going with it. And I'm cool with that. Like, as long as we know that's the way that it's going, and as long as it's not, heavy-handed type stuff. And more importantly, I think, as long as it's plot points that aren't things that are already kind of in discussion, like that we already know is coming. Like, I think part of the thing with the WandaVision was we know Doctor Strange 2 is coming. So it was like a lot of the things in there, we were just waiting and hoping that we got ties that let us know or gave us hints at what else could be coming. And then, the disappointment or whatever happened after that. But with this, we don't know, because we don't even know yet kind of what direction they're going with Falcon and Winter Soldier yet. Like, we feel like it's going to go, it could go the Dark Avengers or something like that. Or you could bring in
Thunderbolts,
the Thunderbolts, something like that. Yeah, exactly. There you go. It could go that route. So, I mean, if that's the case, then they've already kind of planted those seeds to where it would be very easy for them to transition into that. So maybe that's what's going on. But either way, with the Isaiah Bradley situation, I just want to get more of that, because that's a hell of a story to tell. Like, you got Cap frozen, and you got this dude with the super soldier serum in him. Obviously he's going to have some sort of version of the Captain America suit if this goes kind of the same route as the comic. Yep.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't, just the idea of having this, like, super soldier number 2, if you will, and him being utilized by the American government, and then just kind of being tossed aside. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like what was going on there? Who was involved? Who knew? Because one of the things that I immediately wonder is, like, did Fury know about this? Like, where was Nick Fury with all of this? Like, where? I'm sure he wasn't around at that time when he was doing his thing. But as somebody who was the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., you would think he would have that information. He would know of that. So why is it, and why has this been such a big secret? Why is the government feel like this had to be something that they just kind of brushed under the rug?
Right, and I would feel probably, Nick, if you had to throw Nick in for an explanation, the best thing that I could see them saying, if they didn't want to go too far into it, if he didn't have nothing to play with, it would just be, by the time he actually became director of S.H.I.E.L.D., he probably did get wind of it, look into it, and couldn't find him.
Yeah.
And now we see that Bucky knew where he was because he kept tabs on him,
right?
For whatever reason, somehow. But again, I guess it would still stand to reason that if Bucky was able to find him, there's like nobody Nick Fury can't find.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm with you. I'd like to see the explanation on that. But as opposed, or not opposed, but as what I've been saying, everybody wants a PowerPoint.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go through all them Easter eggs. But he said Easter egg earlier, and you already know that I kind of tried to this up. So I was checking out something on Nerdist. Shout outs to Nerdist.
Okay.
But to the whole Isaiah and Eli Bradley thing, they pretty much are linking it again back to the other show. So you got WandaVision hooking up Billy and Tommy. Kate Bishop's supposed to be in Hawkeye.
Right.
So they're saying that this is in fact Isaiah's grandson, Eli Bradley.
Yeah.
So there's a great, and he looked exactly like him. You know what I'm saying? The way
Mm-hmm.
comics is how that young man looked in this instance. So they're saying, so how Eli gets his powers is actually from an addiction to mutant growth hormone. So there hasn't really been anything that leads to mutants. We won't see anything for real. We might get something in Madripoor. I'm not sure, or completely taken with the fact that wherever they go is Madripoor. Unless somebody in the chat can be like, yeah, the writers and/or they go to Madripoor. I know it's been widely speculated, but I never heard it as a confirmed thing. I heard it was always a rumor that's where they go. But they could go anywhere in the world that looks like that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But anyway, it is kind of speculated that he might, perhaps by the end of this, get like either a serum, or maybe he gets recruited into the Flag Smashers. It's been introduced in the story, and nothing says that he can't go and be recruited by the Flag Smashers because he believes in their cause, and they juice him up with the version of the serum, and then we can look forward to seeing Patriot in the future from this instance. So it's something that is possible, could be very speculative, but we don't know. We don't know at all. But right after that, though, so they go out and they talk about all this, and of course my man Sam is heated. And what happens when you see that type of situation where go out and say the black man's heated conversation with damn near anybody, and then the po-po happen to be right around the corner,
right?
And then they pull up. Of course, automatically are they bothering you, sir?
Exactly.
Never mind my feelings, but I liked the way that they did use at least the ironic spin on it. But before that even happens, what's your take on it when you see them pull up?
Yeah, I mean,
it was immediately go on that trope.
It was kind of predictable, to be honest. Like, I kind of saw it coming, but the way that it played out to me was real cool because they made, like I said, they actually gave you every side of that argument, or that debate, because it wasn't just like the typical, oh, he's being harassed, but even to the point where they started asking for the ID, you hear Bucky saying, man, just give him the ID, bro. And like that's a valid point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you in that situation and you're being, questioned by the authorities, there's a certain level of complicitness that like you should just have. if you're really just trying to diffuse the situation. And this is not something that's specific to race, in my opinion. This is a lesson that like most people, get taught really early. And you hear it all the time. It's like, if you want to diffuse something, just agree. Because what else is there going to do if you're in agreement with somebody, whether you're debating about something, whether they're asking you to do something, and you're like, why would you disagreement is just going to cause more, animosity, and it's going to raise the temperature in that environment. Whereas if you just say, all right, here you go, then you could probably diffuse that situation and it not be an issue.
Right.
But
yeah,
the flip side of that though is, but wait a minute, why should I have to comply when I'm not doing anything wrong? And that's a valid point. And so it was really interesting how they represented that and how you were able to get that. And then, the ultimate twist at the end, with Bucky getting carted off in handcuffs, if you will. Even that, like some people could say, oh, that's typical. We saw that coming, but really it made sense within the story. Like that was already kind of seated in the story. So it wasn't like hokey or it didn't seem forced.
Right.
And that's the thing that's so cool about them touching on these aspects in the show, is that it's not just like being forced in. Like I know some people might feel like that, but like they're actually taking the time to make this make sense within the whole framework of the plot.
Yeah. It's very nicely interweaved, if you will.
Yeah.
You don't have these elements that they took from, I guess if you want to go there, they took from different parts of nationality from black people and white people, and they kind of mixed them. So it's like, here it is, you got Bucky is the one that's under constraint by the government, and Sam is the one doing the right thing for the government and not under any kind of restrictions or constraint. Although they both at one point were on the same path as far as defying the government. So the fact that you have these guys are kind of in the same element but have different routes that they take that still match, but it still has their differences. Like I said, it's very good how they interweaved it, and they didn't play it up too much. They don't ever play it up too much. They throw it in there. They entertain you a little bit, make you think that they're going to go a particular way, and then they juke you go left, and then they bring you right back into the story. And then from there you can see how my man John Walker's trying to flex his muscle now, because earlier he kind of flexed a little bit. Battlestar did, talking about how they actually tracked Falcon because he has government property. So practically him being able to even have the suit and all this stuff, even though it's technically his, he had it before then, it's now government property. So he flexes muscle again and pretty much gets my man Bucky out on good faith. He's thinking that if I do this for these guys, they kind of have no choice but to come join my side. And apparently no, that was not the case. It was more or less the doctor was wanting to make sure that the two of them were going to be on the same page, and we already saw how that went in the little interrogation room when they had their little mini staring contest.
Right. It's like, no, it ain't gonna work out like that.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna work out.
Most definitely. But do you agree that she kind of might have made it awkward for them a little bit? Because I guess if you could say in this moment, what I felt like they did was they pulled up old situations, old instances for them. You know what I'm saying? They even though they kind of met up because of the whole shield aspect and everything, they weren't talking about it. They didn't bring it up. It was what it was, and then now all of a sudden they was put in an environment where they kind of had to deal with it, and you can see on a level they were comfortable with dealing with it, but on that same level they were uncomfortable with how they had to deal with it.
Right.
But it was I liked Bucky's point though, because it was like, okay, so everybody has this profound trust in Cap. He's that guy. So with him giving Falcon the shield, and then Falcon pretty much giving it up because he doesn't feel like he's worthy. It's like, what does that say about what Cap thinks? Is Cap wrong or are you wrong? And if Cap's wrong, then that means that everything that I've been striving to do better for me.
Right.
Not even, and everybody looks at it as an aspect of from everything that happened to him after he got the super soldier serum, all the stuff he did, and then now Cap still believes in him. But even before then, Cap was always the one that was like, you can achieve these types of things, and he just wanted to be beside him, to where that dynamic switched over to where now it's Bucky who wanted to be beside Cap. So there's a lot of growth that they're starting to try to show that Bucky is going to have in this, and it's kind of just making me wonder, because he is a member of Thunderbolts, and in that shell of things in the comics, it was more or less because he was a actual villain. And I see we got Tom and Jerry back there, but
this is like residual after darkness going on. Like this might.
I thought we tried to watch the Snyder cut, and we got Tom.
And we got Tom and Jerry. That's who knows, or maybe a certain somebody made a request, and some people make requests, and now it's gone. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. Man.
Who knows?
We're still out here in this nebula, so
yeah, it's weird stuff happens in space. Who knows?
All the time.
Who knows? But yeah, man, like it's definitely like that whole play is just super interesting to me, man. The way that they say it, and it's very interesting, with the council, because you do ask the question, like, did like she open those wounds up? Like, is she kind of the one that creates that initial friction by making them kind of speak on it? You know what I'm saying? Like, did they really make them? Did she make them by making them speak on it? Did she really just open up those wounds to where, because Sam looks legit like bothered at the idea of trying to like explain this to people. You know what I mean? And that in itself lets you know that there's got to be some internal struggle from him, like within himself, that he's not like he's already regretting. And we know this already, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's like, it's bringing it to the surface, and it's bringing that whole thing, to the forefront. And the interesting thing about it was, like you said, the whole thing with Bucky and his perspective, and saying, well, then if you didn't deserve it, that means Cap was wrong about you, which would mean Cap was wrong about me. So really what this comes down to is it's really just a matter of Bucky really trying to find a way to validate himself, and to really, give himself that out, like to basically reconcile some of the stuff that he did in his past, because we see that in the first episode as well. So it's interesting to me how they have that dynamic, and I'm really curious to see how that works now that we know that they bring it in a wild card. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Because at the end of the episode, who do we find out they about to go pay a visit to?
My main Zemo.
Yes,
so
sir.
Was actually able to bring down the Avengers.
Yes.
To actually bring the light when my man Bucky did. So it's kind of really uncomfortable. Like, my man Bucky doesn't get no breaks, man. He's not trying to hurt nobody, but he gets thrusted back into this whole situation. And then all of a sudden, he's got to try to figure out stuff between Sam. He's got to try to figure out to tell this old dude he killed his son. I ain't forget about that. Now he's trying to help with the flag smashers. It's like my man doesn't break at all.
Right.
So now he's got to go and reconfront the guy who was able to say magical little words, and boom. Like, how's that gonna go? You think he's gonna try to do that on him again when he runs into him? You think he's gonna try to say?
I mean, he could try, but I mean, we already know, like, it ain't gonna work. It would be interesting though to see if he does try to go for that, right? It's gonna be real interesting to see if he tries to go. And maybe this is the first test of Bucky's to see how the deprogramming, if you will, that took place in Wakanda actually works.
Right.
Because we don't necessarily know if they were able to really try it out and see if he was completely rid of that.
Yeah, we didn't get to actually see for sure if they tried it. But he did say himself, he was like, he was cleansed and he had that little bit of calm while he was out there in Wakanda. So It stands to reason Shuri know what she's doing.
Yep.
She is in the most advanced part of the world, being out in Wakanda. But I still agree with you. I would like to see how that plays out, because I think he's going to be kind of shocked. Yet, yeah. How do you think Zemo will receive them coming to even see him in the first place? You know, you think he'll be shocked? Do you think he might expect it? They're going to lean in on that.
There may be a little bit of shock, depending on how up on current events Zemo is. But I think regardless, he is going to immediately understand the opportunity that he has in front of him in terms of manipulating his way out, or even using them to further what he was trying to do initially, which was, again, tear the Avengers apart from the inside. And maybe in his mind, this is his opportunity to continue that by destabilizing Bucky. He might not be able to control the Winter Soldier, quote unquote, as he originally was able to do. But if he's able to even give Bucky reason to doubt him, himself and his ability to reform, then maybe that's what ends up kind of leading Bucky down this darker path that maybe turns him into the anti-hero towards the end of the show. I know a lot of people are curious to see what happens with Bucky at the end. Does Bucky go back to just being the Winter Soldier and kind of maybe even playing for the other team? Or is it going to be a situation where he overcomes that and really embraces kind of this second chance that he received? It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. But I think however it plays out, Zemo is going to be trying to, manipulate the board a little bit.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because even by the trailers, you see he kind of gets to the position where he either gets a fire at my man Bucky. You know what I'm saying? So who knows if they're trying to use it? Maybe try to do that and act stupid and it worked, and who knows? But yeah, I'm kind of interested in see what kind of play they have going on with Zemo in the future, because apparently they take him out. He does lead them places. It might be things that lead them toward answers or get them closer, because obviously we know they do come back to see Isaiah Bradley. He's looking a little better right now. When we saw him, he's worse for wear, but later he looks like he gets it together. But I do agree. I'd like to see what comes out at the end of it with Bucky, because again, he was a person who was a member of the Thunderbolts. So it makes you wonder if you see what they did with the Flag Smashers by taking a villain and turning it into a group. Same thing with Power Broker. It's kind of wondering, it's like, are they going to put a different kind of spin on the Thunderbolts? And instead of them being, most of the people who were on Thunderbolts were those who it's kind of like Suicide Squad, basically, just without the suicide part. So it's just like, you did this, you could lessen your sentence by going out and doing stuff on this team for the government type deal. I'm wondering if maybe they'll spin that, and it would kind of be ironic to see that Winter Soldier is like the effective second in command, because of course it'll be General Ross ahead of that. But if they did spin it into Thunderbolts, so then they made Bucky like the leader of it, and then he had other people behind him like Zemo and stuff. I think that would kind of be weird to see, because it's like, we obviously know that they're enemies. It's like, how are they really going to honestly work together? So it's but we haven't seen the character growth for Zemo yet. Obviously he's a clear cut villain. I don't care what nobody says, but he has anti-villain qualities. He's not a hero. He never crosses over to anti-hero, but he does have goals that he thinks are noble, but of course have increasingly underlyingly but exponentially underlying villain-esque properties, period. He's always trying to do something wrong at the same damn time. He's like Snake for the Cobras. So
exactly.
That's exactly what he reminds me of. He's a damn MCU G.I. Joe character. That's all they did with him. But I don't know. So like I said, again, on the flip side of that though, what do you think they're going to do with John Walker in this episode? Do you think that maybe you'll see a little bit of him maybe going back and bitching to the government that he needs either some tech or whatever the hell it is that they got to try to make him a little stronger? Or do you think he's just going to go ahead and try to head it out? And maybe because that shield looked like it was effective. Okay, like
Yeah,
even without powers,
he
my
did.
man
He
was
did look
hitting
like he knew what he was doing a little bit.
Oh, and I can't forget. I can't believe I almost forgot this point. My man's popping caps. Like I said this last week, but again, he is popping caps. Okay, my man Battlestar was in trouble, and he was pretty accurate too. He shot. If you look at it, he shot my man right in the shoulder, right above Battlestar. Like they purposely put that. You know what I'm saying? So this is my man without serum, without nothing enhanced. You can see him throwing that shield like there ain't no tomorrow, popping caps on people, and like with precision and accuracy. And you know, my man Battlestar, like I said, he fell off. He saved him with the shield. He's got the skills. So do you think he's gonna try and get that power broker serum, or do you think he's just gonna keep being noble until something makes him snap? You think maybe we'll see someone close to him die, or he's just gonna get there on his own? What do you think?
Yeah, I think the way I see it playing out is it's kind of it's a gradual dissension. So I think what we'll see in this episode is him be even more brutal and using even more physicality in his altercations. But then I think as he continues to come up against like these flag smashers and everybody else, it's gonna be a thing where he's saying, well, look, if you want me to get this done, then you're gonna have to give me the tools to get it done. And that's gonna be kind of that frustration, that push is gonna be what leads him to then go out and start really like busting some heads to the white meat. And then and I think what it's gonna kind of help to shape what he becomes by the end of the series, in my opinion, which is, you know, the just lost my train of thought. What do they call my man? US agent. So I think we see him kind of transcend or descend, depending on how you look at it, into that US agent role. And I think he does ultimately get the serum, and we start to see him just really like turn up. Like just, you know, just wild out. And because the thing, and this is what I want to see too. Like, I think it would be really interesting if we see him kind of get more physical, like we see that difference between he and Steve Rogers from that aspect. Yeah. But then I want to see him get, you know, the super soldier serum and then lose it, like lose control. Like I want to see, I want to see him become, I want to see him get souped up, but then also be destabilized to the point where even the government is like, I don't know, we might not be able to, you know what I mean? And then that be where Ross comes in and the Thunderbolts come in, and it's like we see that derivative as a result of the government being like, yeah, we can't really do things like this because now he's a little too extra.
I'm actually kind of glad that you said that. So the fact that we would like to see him get a serum and just lose it, go crazy. How do you think Sam and Bucky get a hold of the shield? Because we obviously see them in a situation where he's practicing with it. So do you think that maybe that happens? Maybe he gets a hold of something, goes a little crazy off the hinge, goes past maiming and shooting people and you know, to just hurt him, and actually like kills a mofo, and then they're like, you can't get the shield, we're gonna go backwards a little bit and give it to my man Sam. Or you think that they steal it? What do you think?
See, yeah, that's where I'm kind of hung up, because I want to say they steal it, but I don't. But then part of me is like, okay, well, how will that work? Because if you steal it, then essentially you're basically flipping the middle finger up to the government. You know what I'm saying? You like, at this point, it's like, screw what y'all talking about. We finna do this our way. What I think would be better is to see them offer it back to Sam once they realize that they fucked up with John Walker. Like when they I want to see them make that mistake or admit that mistake and almost have to grovel back to Sam, because I think that would be kind of the poetic justice of what I think this show is trying, the story that this show is trying to tell on one front, is that there's a reconciliation at the end where both sides kind of realize where they went wrong and what's truly best for the situation and for the American public. And they end up. I would like to see them actually offer the shield back to Sam, and it go down that right, as opposed to them stealing it. Because then, if it's stolen, then that creates a whole new scenario, and then which could still lead to or be a reason or a partial catalyst for the Thunderbolts. Because if you've got, a rogue, if you will, Captain America and Sam running around with the shield, and you got Bucky with him, then maybe that's the wedge that drives between them that leads, flips Bucky to the other side. But the only thing about that is it kind of contradicts the fact that Bucky was the one in the first place that came up and said we should just steal it back. So why would he be like, let's steal it, and then by the end of the series be like, nah, that was wrong, I can't co-sign that. Like, I just don't see it happening.
Unless my man Bucky actually goes out and says screw it, steals it, and then it's like, who cares? Just practice with it. You just blame it on me in the end because he don't really care.
True.
And that's kind of the situation that puts him in the whole Thunderbolts thing. It's like, yo, you stole the shield. Come work this off on the Thunderbolts.
Could be that too. I like that.
That kind of makes me think of something else when it comes to the whole John Walker. Because, okay, so he's already going up against super soldiers or people who's stronger than him. And you can see with the way that they fight, they do not care about your well-being. Okay, like when that little military dude went up him, try to arrest him, my man got pimp slap, body slam, and stomps. Like you could have might as well just have been dead.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't already play it, it'd have been him. So, do you think perhaps the Flag Smashers show up again? Beat the hell out of my man John Walker. He tries his best. They toss Battlestar or whatever, hold him off. Beat the hell out of John Walker for shooting old Buddy in the first place, and all that stuff that entails from that.
Mm-hmm.
He's badly beaten and bruised. They bring it. He's in the ICU and whatnot. Maybe at this point, Sam gets the shield, or as a matter of fact, no, I'm gonna take that back out. Excuse me, take that back out. John Walker just beat the hell up. Do you think that if that happens, that they'll try to do an Abomination type revival? Because my man, like I said, he's wanting to kind of juice up. He gets beat up. He's down. He's a new Cap. They're like, hey, let's try this serum on him, see if it works to bring him back. And it does. And that's kind of the reason for the descent that he kind of makes, because with it healing him the way it did, and his mind state.
I can see that, but I really wouldn't like to see it that way, because I don't want to see. I as much as I would love to see John Walker get his ass whooped, I don't want it to be a kind of default, like this is the only decision we have, is we've got to try to infuse him with this to save him. And it just so happens, like, I would rather it be a situation where he goes to the extreme of demanding it, and them having, them kind of meeting his request, because they don't have any other option, basically. Because, or even better, to see a situation where maybe somebody or it starts becoming apparent that John Walker isn't that dude, and that somebody that's in his corner secretly is like, let me give you something to get you back in the game. And then that be what kind of ties him to Ross. And maybe, the power brokers are, maybe Ross has some kind of secret connection to them. Because I think the interesting thing, and the thing that we still don't know yet, is how they even got their hands on the serum in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even,
or at least,
or how they were able to even reproduce something similar. Because even if it's not the same, or the strength is not on the level of a Cap, it's like, well, how did y'all get the formula to even make something that gives you this augmented physical ability in the first place?
That works. You know what I'm saying?
That exactly.
Dudes, you know what I'm saying? So we know that they can replicate everything and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of did it with Bucky, but I felt like that whatever they did back in that day, or they, of course they. I feel like whatever it is that the super soldier serum or power from is more of a quick shot. It's a lot faster because it's nowadays they would simplify that. We was instead of having it be where they had to sit with an IV or some stuff, and they could probably take a shot or something.
So here's the question:
get gassed up or something.
Here's a question: so do we think, or do you think that the serum that was given to Bucky was a derivative from Isaiah?
I would have to say not, because Isaiah is an American super soldier.
Right, exactly. And Bucky, yep.
Bucky got caught up in the Russian version.
Right.
I think those get paid off more in Black Widow movie.
Got you. Okay.
With my man Red Guardian.
Got you. Now,
so however they juiced him up is how they did that with Bucky.
Got you. Now, could it be a situation where the Flag Smashers are on both sides? Because could it be that the Flag Smashers, or better yet, the Power Brokers themselves, are on both sides and have been feeding the serum or a version of the serum to both the U.S. and to other nations?
I would say it probably, like it usually does, it'll probably end up being, or we'll have to go down a route, government. Honestly, the Power Brokers probably are government. Something we'll probably find out later.
Right.
The whole Mutant thing, and we'll find out again that they're trying to somewhat of a Weapons Plus program.
Got you. Okay.
It's actually, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they wind up tying it into where Power Brokers in this instance are really the bad. John Walker, the government, and all Power Brokers, because they are a derivative of the government. I wouldn't be surprised to hook it up to John Walker meets up with the Power Brokers, like he already knows them.
Right.
And he's like, what's the deal? What do they got? Why are they strong? Blah, blah, blah. They fill him in. Maybe they got a secret, a serum left or something like that. Or they can replicate it. But the reason why they want to get it back is because they stole a mass production, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the story happens to go that route. And or they approach John Walker in some kind of deal. Like I said, I feel like it's going to have something to do with it. And again, before I address this, because, we're going into the chat, we will definitely get y'all supers. Y'all know this.
Oh, yeah.
But Felicity kind of stole it from me with the something that we spoke about earlier, talking about that she thinks Battlestar gets killed.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I was going to, another question for you. Do you think that one of the things that kind of turns him toward getting the serum would be the fact that they killed Pretty Boy off?
So let me say, initially when I first saw this dude, I didn't get the he ain't gonna make it vibe. Like I really did, because I felt like he was holding his own with his acting. Usually when you have somebody that's like, and we talking about us.
Right.
Know when they got one of us and we know they ain't gonna make it, because they are really not that serious in the movie. Like generally when it's us, it's that one clown ass dude that it's like, he gone. I didn't get that vibe from this dude. Like I didn't get that vibe from Battlestar. It was like he legitimately was, in my opinion, holding his own. Like I really felt like I could see him in that dynamic. That being said, though, I feel like if you really needed something to push John Walker over that edge, that would be the thing. And with the way things are shaping up, I could definitely see a situation where my dude gets X'd out. And that'd be like what makes John Walker just say, fuck it. And it's like then he becomes like ruthless Captain America. Like I will snap your neck, like, and not think twice, kind of type stuff. And eventually, start demanding that they give him some form of the serum, because he's like, I can't, like, you're gonna have to do something, like I gotta turn up. So yeah, no, I definitely could see that. I feel like it would be a little cliche if it does happen, but I mean, as long as it serves the purpose of the plot, I'm cool with it. But whether or not I think it'll happen, I'm still 50-50 on it, to be honest. I'm 50-50 on it.
Right. I'm higher on that. I'm like 80-20, to be honest. I say that because just the way that they even introduce Hoskins in the first place, he's like that overly confident, in you type friend. He believes in you.
Yeah, that's true.
Type friend. They're like playing him up so much. He's that partner.
Yeah.
But even on that end, like he's as dedicated, it seems like, to Walker. But even Walker is like, hey, it'll be easier if I had Cap's wingman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't seem like he's too invested in that, so it feels like he's already playing that role like he's taken for granted.
Gotcha.
That he already does have a great wingman. Because like I said, when my man came off that helicopter and kicked the old girl, man, that was ruthless. He didn't just missile drop kicked her. He like kicked her and forced her down and then stomped on her a second and then kept going while swinging. Like,
yes,
that's the type of swag that does not last long in these movies. Usually when you see the dude that can flip around and do all the types of stuff you could do, he the first dude to get blown up, shot, killed, something. So and they already, I feel like it was a bit of a foreshadow where he got in trouble. He's already calling out for help. So obviously he's not strong by himself. So, and you see my man saving him. Like, there's a few instances where they was already finna take him out, and he kind of skated by the skin of his teeth. So I don't know. I feel like it would make sense if he was a driving force. It would suck to go ahead and kill him off. But I mean, honestly, Battlestar doesn't really serve too much of a purpose where they are in the story right now. If they were to do something with that now, would be good, instead of kind of building it up. I feel like if they built it up and took him out of the thing later, people would be like, it would have made better sense if they just killed him off now. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. It just comes off, that would just come off so predictable. Like, you see, and that's probably the reason that I'm kind of hoping that it's not, is because, like, you kind of, even without like the way that he's like his confidence level or anything like that, it's like your immediate first thought when you saw this dude was, oh, he ain't gonna make it. Like, that's your immediate first thought, is like, oh, he ain't gonna make it. But then when like I said, I started kind of convincing myself otherwise, because I was looking at kind of the way the dude was handling scenes and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, he actually is kind of believable here. Maybe that's a part of it. But I will tell you this. If we get a scene where he's like, man, I can't wait to get home and get my life together and put this down, I'm almost ready to retire, and he out of here. We already know this.
Exactly.
We already know this. If he start talking like he ready for the horizon,
nah,
he gonna be ready to go to that upper room.
Right. What I'm saying, I feel like, to me, like, I don't see him going the retirement way. I see it more or less like, again, being like, hey, we could take these guys, being overly confident, juicing them up, thinking that they could do it, and
I got
nah, bruh, you just didn't have it. You just didn't have it at all. You was overconfident in yourself. You overshot, and now my man John Walker, when he go home, his wife looked like she about to beat his ass because Battlestar just didn't make it, and he was his partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think there's a couple different ways that things could go. We're definitely here for it. We got some hours left before we get into the ultimate shits all over game.
Yeah, man. So why don't we get into the conversation and libation?
Right, and we're going to tie that in and go straight into it by asking, like we usually do,
yes,
what is your rating? What do you think
tonight?
This next episode is going to be for tonight? My main Al, what you got?
No, I'm gonna hit you first. You gotta pick first this time. You ain't finna put it on me.
I gotta pick first.
You first.
Hey, put it on me, Akon. Let's see. We're gonna have Zemo. So to me, I feel like that element already brings it up to at least a 5, because I'm really interested in seeing where they're gonna go with that. Let's see here. We got all that juicy speculation on how I think something's gonna happen with John Walker this episode to make him stop being in the walker and let him be in the running position fully. So that kind of boosts it up to at least a 6 for me. Back to the Zemo thing, and then I want to see what's going on with Bucky. I think it's going to pay off that part in the trailer where you see him shooting and my man releases the bullets, or he has the gun. He drops the bullets like, yo, you ain't about to be doing nothing. Long story short, I want to say comfortably about a 7.5.
7.5.
And I've reserved the right to go up as high as 8.5. If I go any higher than that, I'm gonna do some for real praising. I just don't think we're gonna get no higher than 8.5. 7.5 though.
Cool.
What do you think?
So last episode I gave an 8.5. I think this episode. No, actually, no, I take that back. I think the last episode I gave a 9.5. The first episode I think I gave an 8. And I think I gave this last episode a 9.5. So this next episode, I'm going to say is going to be between 8.5 and a 9. And the reason I say that is because, again, this is a little different than WandaVision in that these episodes got to they got to keep it coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we know we're getting Zemo. We know that there's a couple of loose ends that need to be either furthered or tied up in this episode from, in terms of the power brokers and the flag smashers. We got to figure out where that's going. And so I think they're going to give us that. And I also think that the tension is about to turn up. I think now it's going to get really we're in the first, this last episode, it was real kind of peripheral in the sense, because you had that tension with John Walker and Sam and Bucky, but it was kind of, they were going in separate directions. I think something in this episode is going to ratchet that tension up quite a bit. And maybe it is, Battlestar getting wiped out or something to that effect. Right. It could very well be something like that, but whatever it is, it's going to turn things up to a point where the shit's going to get real.
Right.
I think this is the episode where we start to see shit starting to get real. For real.
Yeah.
And so for that, I'm gonna say between an 8.5 and a 9, because these episodes they're so layered in the enjoyment factor. There's so many things about these episodes that you can pull out specifically and really just go in on. And I think that's just going to continue to be the case. So I'm gonna say 8.5, 9.
Okay. 8.5, 9. Okay. I could totally, like I said, I reserved to go as high as 8.5 from where I am. I only give it about a point higher than what I'm predicting, but I'm starting off at 7.5.
I feel that.
They got room. They have room before your cap. But looking over here in the chat, man, the Super 2, they all saying 8 out of 10. See some 9s, see some 10s, I see 6. See a 9.5, 7.5. Yeah, people are pretty. They're in there with the X specs. It's above half. I ain't seen nobody hit me 5 just yet. The lowest I've seen is a 6, so it's above half. People are expecting this to pop off. They think this episode gonna be a bad batch.
It's gonna be a bad batch. You better be ready.
And we ain't forgot. We ain't forgot. At least I ain't forgot. But we ain't talking about it because I don't think they're there quite yet. But we still ain't seen Sharon show up yet.
Nope. No.
But I think they reserved the right to drop that on us sometime either at the end of this episode, no later than episode 4. I feel like she'll be in for the second half. The second act of it, I feel like that's when you pop in her and let it do what it do on that one.
Agreed,
all right.
man.
So I'm going to pick up where I left off with the homie Matthew Egger with the 199. It looks like euros.
Appreciate it, man.
Said Bad Batch getting released weekly. It needs binged. I don't know. I kind of like the weekly format a bit. I mean, it might be me being a boom millennial, but I'm kind of used to it's television. I guess because we call it streaming, people look at it differently, thinking now, okay, when you say stream, because Netflix came out first, and they say now streaming on Netflix, you think bingeable shows. But even Netflix, right before they came out with stuff like HBO Max and Disney Plus and all that, they did have I guess what you would call limited series, and they also had certain things that came out. I think it was didn't they have it was like a reality show or something like that on Netflix, but you had to come back weekly to watch it?
Yeah, I think so.
If I'm not mistaken, they started doing little stuff like that on there, and it's just honestly, it's television. People are moving away from the traditional having no TV nowadays. Got the little antenna. It still exists, but nobody's watching TV like that.
Right.
People are getting away from having satellite. People are getting away from getting cable, but it's still television. So as
Wait a minute.
to have,
you mean people aren't here about the cable?
They're not here about the cable.
They're not here about the cable. Ain't that
not at all.
Ain't that a bad batch?
But yeah, man. Yeah, it needs binge, but you will definitely get to binge it at the very end of it, and you can watch as much as you like. That's the great thing about it.
Yes.
That's the new age of television.
And to double down on that, I like a healthy mix. You know what I'm saying? There's certain shows that I've come accustomed to being able to binge watch. And there's other shows that, like, traditionally I'm used to watching episodically. So, like, Star Wars, The Mandalorian, for example. The only ancillary content that we really had outside of the Star Wars movies was, like, Clone Wars and Rebels. And that started out as episodic content that you got on a weekly basis. So, because of my familiarity with that from a Star Wars perspective, it makes sense. And with Marvel being under the same wheelhouse, again, makes sense that we're getting it episodically. Now, with other like Netflix series and things like that, that I'm cool with binge watching because that's kind of the way I was introduced to it. So it makes sense.
Right.
If they were to flip it and start just dropping all of these, like I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it like that, but I prefer this because it lets these episodes breathe a little bit. And the way that they are putting, particularly with Falcon and Winter Soldier, and particularly with Mando, like the way that they put these episodes together, you almost want to have a week between to really just digest. Like I know with this episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, I think I've seen it at least 3 or 4 times since it dropped, since we watched it. But that's the cool thing is like you can do that and really get like digest the episode before you get into the next one. And that's what I love about this episodic stuff. So it's like I wouldn't want all of my content to be that way, just like I don't want everything to be bingeable. So that's where I'm at with it.
Right. Most definitely. No, I feel that. I did like what you said about digesting it before going into the next one. I think it kind of gets lost a bit when you binge everything, because I see a lot of people binge watch stuff and they come out of that like not understanding the full story, the full thing that they were fed in that entire time. They watched a whole 13 hours worth of stuff and it was lit, but they could probably only tell you about 6 things that happened out of the entire thing. Exactly. Most people, if you're really into it, like that person watched again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like being able to digest what I'm seeing and make PowerPoints about it.
There you
before
go.
I get into the next thing. We got Felicity with the $5, and again, thank you very much. And if you got the loot, thank you. If you don't, it's all good, man.
It's all
Gonna
good,
get to y'all
baby.
but she says, if Bad Batch is following up CW, then I'm back on board. Just question the Clone Girl involvement. I need Star Wars to rise back up to the tippy top. And hell yeah.
I think, I honestly, and this is not just fanboy dreaming, but I think it will. I think Star Wars will get back to that place where it dominates the way that it used to, and where it has the prestige and the spectacle that it used to. I just think it's going to take a little bit because you got to give Filoni and Favreau time to right the ship. Like right now, I think they're still trying to prove that they've got it. As crazy as that sounds, I think they're trying to get Disney on board with just letting them run with it. And eventually, once they get the keys, they're going to drive the shit out of that one. And that's going to blow it wide open. So for right now, I'm totally cool with them continuing to build out, the universe, the Filoni-verse, if that's what you want to call it. And as long as Filoni is involved, hey man, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
Sounds like they're in good hands with no baloney with Filoni.
No baloney with Filoni. And Favreau is the way to go.
Is what?
I said Favreau is the way to go.
Yes. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yes, sir.
We got the homie Lauren Maui, with the $10 holla. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate that.
Said, miss my boys in After Dark. Man, you be chilling with us all the time.
All the time, man. Speaking Discord. Of, make sure you come through the Discord, because we gonna have that after dark going down. I don't know if we might get into a little MK rewatch. We might just get in there and talk some old LeBron versus Kobe. Who knows what's gonna go down?
Man,
all I know is the countdown is gonna go. Oh yeah, it was serious, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, it was.
It was almost
you had
like
Moana in there. She was like, "Oh my god."
Hey, I was waiting for somebody to be like, "Get your hand out of my pocket." I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on, it's a little too real all of a sudden." Wait a minute.
Somehow
it
did.
Hey man.
Let's see. What?
I was just gonna say, because we had somebody come through and diffuse that situation though, like real quick, because it was getting heated, and all of a sudden, it was like the lady mayne started popping up in there, and we was like, "Shh, we talking sports. Hold on, we got to change the subject." Hold on.
Somehow we went from that to watching Tom and Jerry.
Tell me about it, right?
How that happened.
And then the motherfucking creeped his way in the dang after dark.
Right.
Like how?
Just showed up. I don't even know how, man. It's just the same way that they showed up on the Snyder Cut.
Trying to tell you.
But they didn't though. We had the Amethyst Bendu with the $5 holla. Thank you. So Alice speaking my language on Star Wars and killing it with the Doc Holliday shirt. Cheers from Seattle, boys. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank
I'm
you,
always
man.
your Huckleberry. You already know.
Yeah, y'all are welcome. My man was talking about, I think shirt, and I'm like, why? You gotta wear it for the people.
For the people. Yeah.
Doc Holliday.
Of course, man.
Doc Holliday and Al go together like chips and dip.
Yes.
Cookies and cream.
Mm-hmm.
Al Schuler is Doc Holliday. How about that?
And Doc Holliday is me. Say
Exactly.
when.
He is every Doc Holliday. It's all in this man. All right, we got Daniel Fisher with the $5. He said, "Here's to being off the list, hopefully, from this week's debate 8. Follow the white rabbit and take my money." Yeah, man. I don't know,
That's what's
Daniel.
up.
I'll be nice enough and take y'all off the list, but always know it exists. And at any moment, it could come from you.
It could come for you, Nerdvenger.
Nerdvenger.
Or you, Brokevenger.
Any given time.
Man, look.
Okay. So somebody in the Discord, and excuse me for right now for not remembering who has apologized. I'm pretty sure they might tune in on the two-way. So if they say it was them, I'll see the name. I know it's them. But anyway, yeah, when I say Nerdvenger as well, to a large degree, I mean everybody. I know some of you guys, you're not Nerdvengers in the sense of having a badge, but
oh yeah, come on now.
You tune in to the morning, to the Darren, to the After Dark. You are
a Nerdvenger.
Yes. So I mean, all of y'all ain't escaping. Y'all ain't escaping this list.
You Brokevengers don't get away that easy. Nah, that ain't how this go down. It's just that if you want to be officially official, you need to get you that badge. And if you want to make sure your internet is officially official and safe, you might want to hit up Surfshark. Just saying.
Yes,
you might want to hit up Surfshark. They got you covered.
They got you covered, man.
Man.
Y'all should already know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? You get that Nerdvenger level protection, okay? So you go ahead and hit that Surfshark deals and use the promo code, or I should say like Medea, the promo code NERDS for 83% off.
83%.
3 months.
Who else getting you an 83% hookup other than your boys over at the DN?
Exactly.
83%.
Exactly. And there you go with the Surfshark.deals right there in the chat. Make sure you go get that VPN, man.
Go get that.
Nerds. And you get an extra 3 months for free.
I'm saying, like, why would you not?
How about that?
Why would you not? Especially y'all that be over there. Look, I'm going to just keep it 100. Especially y'all that be looking up them Darcy pics. You don't want people to be all up in your business.
Pics.
And them Monica pics. And them ladies, look, don't let's not leave them out, because I know y'all was over there Googling Jason Momoa after that Justice League drop, like, oh, I need some more of it. Look, see, if you had that surf shark, you wouldn't have to worry about nobody being all in your business. Just saying. Just saying.
You remember that time that y'all was looking up Henry Cavill?
Yep. Look, see, I remember.
After Doctor remembers.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm sorry, but like right in my head, I just saw the Pepperidge Farm, man.
Yes.
Oh,
like he ready to blackmail anybody.
Oh my
Farm
God.
remembers. How about you buy yourself some of these cookies and we forget all about it?
Oh man.
We got A-Par with the $4.99. Said, "What up, nerd gangsters?" He said, "Al, do you feel the same way about Rogue One?" Rogue One, in my opinion, is a super slept-on Disney Star Wars movie. Take my money.
So yeah, I was a little inaccurate. I will go as far as the Solo movie because I actually like Solo. So I will take out Solo. Okay. I will check out Rogue One. But when it comes, I will look at out. So basically, this is what happens. I'll get on my little binge. They start recommending the movies in order. I'm hitting play. I'm just going. Soon as episode 7 pop up, I have a crisis of conscience, and I'm like, why I can't do it? Because I know how this ends. I know where it's going. I just can't. Yeah. So yeah, no. But Rogue One. Extremely slept on. Like I like that movie more and more every time I watch it. Solo kind of stays at the same level with me, man. But yeah, I can get those in. But once we start talking 7, 8, and 9, I'm like, 9, I'm good. I don't want to do it.
I'm actually surprised to hear that you liked Solo. So many people did not like that movie.
I know it's crazy, dude. I liked Solo the first time I saw it, man. Like I came out of the movies like, you know what? I don't necessarily agree with everything they did in that movie, but that movie was entertaining as hell, and I wanted to see a sequel because I wanted to know what was going on with Kira and Maul, man. Somebody still needs to answer that for me. I want to see that. I wanted to see that new Han and Chewie pop off in Tatooine and go see like what they were doing leading up to them being in Mos Eisley. I wanted to see all of that, man. They had me salivating. I was cool with that, but you know, some things just don't happen.
It's still possible, man. You know, they can always bring it back. But it'd been nice if we got that sooner than later. I'd really enjoy. Yeah. You want to talk about me being a normie or what? Okay, this just shows how much I was more of a swarmy back even then, because I was totally in there for that whole movie.
Yeah.
Theaters. And you know, even at that point, without me knowing that other things were canon and all that, bro, right? Just to see more of how they brought Solo and Chewie together and just any kind of adventures. They could have turned that into a Disney Plus series.
Yes.
And I'd have totally been all over that, like, for sure. That could have been before Mando. I'd have been down with that. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We got the homie Zachary P with that $5 holler. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, Zach.
Said, Snyder Cut. Anyone notice those over-the-cow bat goggles and the bat ejector seat was amazing. Totally comic-y. Being real. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, totally noticed them goggles. And like, who could totally not see the ejector seat? Those are very iconic. And if you missed that within the 4 hours, go back and watch the whole thing again. It's somewhere in that movie. I'm not gonna tell you where.
There you go.
But I see somebody try to complain about it because out of the entire movie, they wanted to try to pick apart Batman's cowl at the end, where the little part of his nose piece was missing. And somebody was like, "Oh, you can't keep continuity." I'm like, for one, this is like a futuristic shit that went completely left.
Right.
Type Batman.
Serious.
And you want to complain because
like Batman out here like, no, I don't have the piece of my cowl. Hold on, I've got to go back to the cave.
My man, he was looking at so-and-so, was like, and I will fucking kill you if you try to bring up the facts.
Right.
Serious.
Tell it, man. Tell it.
He said, but I tell you to do something, you do it.
You do it. Taser. Some Batman.
Taser. That's hilarious.
Oh man, see what y'all missing, man. After dark, it be going down, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
We got Proxy with the $4.99. Said Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man Unlimited. Who wins? If I remember this correctly, and I do like this, so it's a shameless plug. Death Battle. I think Death Battle has some of the best comparisons, and they do it the most honest way they can between characters. I believe they did Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man Unlimited, or it was at least $20.99. If it wasn't the unlimited version, I believe it was $20.99 because they were both the futuristic versions. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they gave that to Batman Beyond.
Okay.
Just because of his level of gadgetry, and the suit actually gives him strength that's kind of equal to Spider-Man's.
Yeah.
So it does put him in the field that he can hang with Spider-Man. In real life, I think it would be another one of those Batman versus Cap situations where they both realize that they're on the same side and nobody would really come out the victor on the end of that. But again, I'd look up Death Battle and check that out because I believe it was them who did it. Another little shameless plug I watch sometimes is Bat in the Sun, but they go by voting. They don't go by actual looking up stats to say who would win. They go by whoever's the most popular character in their votes. But they do both. They usually have the votes win, and then they have the what if version if the other character won. They did that with Batman versus Darth Vader.
Okay.
You ever seen that?
And
they have it where I think actually Batman lost by like 1% to Vader in this instance. But they did both still. They have one where Batman wins and Vader wins, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
And it was dope as hell too, even seeing that. My man Batman was ready, had his own saber.
Yeah, man.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We got Normies to Nerds, the homie Kendall. Make sure you check out the channel there. Normies to Nerds.
Yeah, man.
$5. He said, HBO Max winning with Kong, no. Sucks when WB goes back to just being in theaters, though. Much love, man, gang. I don't know if they'll ever, for real, like, go back to that. I think what they'll probably wind up doing is they'll just stagger it a bit more. So instead of it coming out at the same exact time, you'll probably get a week or two to go to the theaters to see it. Then they'll combine that with them dropping it on HBO Max. And then they'll take it out of theaters and combine that with having it the Blu-ray or whatever at that point. So, and I think we still got a little while before any of that kind of talk even happens. Their best bet is to try to make sure they keep up with it coming out streaming for now, if you ask me. Let's see. We got Rogue Soul with the $10, and I'm actually going to read 2 of his back-to-back because I kind of want to see my main. I don't know what he was aiming at, but the first one that I got, which was earlier before our break, was a $10 holler. He said, "Gotta show love to the After Dark crew. Y'all kept me busy while Josh was dealing with the stuff. And for you, Lavis, I'm willing to negotiate, but only on After Dark. Keanu has only on After Dark. Keanu as Ghost Rider or Silver Surfer or bust." And then he came back a little while because I guess he was trying to test something out, and I'm not entirely sure what it was, but he was like, "I feel you guys." He said, "Test super chat to see if I missed you guys." Oh no, hold on, no, before that, where'd it go? I remember him saying, I should have figured you guys saved the super chats for the end, so my test was useless. Whatever, you guys deserve the love. So, like, he's came back a few times. I'm not sure which one of his was a test, but you know us, man. We got our pre-game break when we do the and then we come back at the end. So, if you want to test something out, you want to try to make sure that you're one of the first before the break. And we'll see how that goes from there, man. But he comes back again later, peoples. We'll be reading a couple more from him. But for right now, we got Mike Hawes with the $5.
Yeah.
And he said, "Alan Lavis, I sent you something in the After Dark Discord you may find interesting." Okay,
That's
man.
what's up. We're going to check that. Better to unravel that in the After Dark. See what my man talking about.
We'll have to
see
go
what he
by
talking
and
about.
see
What you
about
talking
that After Dark. We got Rogue Soul again with the $5. It says, "Hopefully it's not bad like the batch that killed Old Dirty B. Rest in peace, Wu-Tang for life." Yeah, man. Hopefully it's not that kind of bad. We want Michael Jackson bad. But You already know. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing fuck with.
Diversify your bonds.
Ain't nothing fuck with. Diversify your bonds, Nerd Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
Bong.
That's it.
We got the home girl, den mother, Kalista Arcus, a.k.a. Patricia Palmisano.
What's good, madam?
With the $10, she said, I'm excited to watch Bad Batch with you guys. Al, we'll make Lavis a Star Wars sweaty yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
we already own it. We already own it. You know this. You know this.
Actually identify planets and stuff now.
Oh, look out. Look at my man.
Yeah.
How far you come.
Know what,
How
I
far.
know what TIE fighter means.
Yeah.
Traveled really far. Thank you, Al.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was going with that. Yes, Woo Financial.
There you go.
We got Rogue Soul with the $2. He said, I can't rest in peace ODB without giving Kobe a rest in peace as well. Yes.
Big facts.
Most def.
Big facts.
Since he has been a cornerstone of this conversation today.
Yes, indeed.
We got Felicity coming back with the $5. Thank you, Mayne. That's Mayne. You guys make sure you say it right. You know, Mayne, not Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Maym. Okay. Said, enjoy the watch party tonight. Can't be your Huckleberry or your bottom batch tonight. Cause grown folk got jobs. Stay blurty, my friends. Yes. I'm thinking about actually considering changing that commercial to that too. To at least stay nerdy.
I like it.
That.
I like it.
But yes, we got Rogue Soul back again with the $5. He said, test super chat to see if I missed you guys over my first few. Can't wait to get into Mortal Kombat with you both. Oh yeah, especially since they put it down.
Yeah.
We got time. Okay, so he was testing to see if he missed it. But obviously he missed us because he tested a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of $5 tests. We appreciate that, sir.
Yes, most def. Most def.
So we got Moana with the $5. She said, I know it's early to speculate.
Hold on, who? We got a who?
What do you think?
Who? What?
Moana.
Cut the music. Cut.
Moana. Moana means water.
We don't do that here.
We don't
do that here. You take that to debate it. We don't do
Oh goodness. You know that water was the best you've ever seen in your life? I'm not taking blurty. It's gonna be nerdy.
Yeah.
That'll be for everybody. I know what blurty means. Not everybody can say blurty.
No.
While my man Al processes his triggeredness over there.
It's all right. I'm good now. I'm all right. I'm all right.
You sure? You want to check your nerd coin or something? You know?
No, I don't need to check my nerd coin, man. The way my bank account's set up.
Okay. I was just making sure because she comes back. Moana comes back again with the $5. She says, "Oh, excuse me, I didn't get to finish it."
That's what it was. Yeah.
You're over there getting triggered. Let me finish it. I'm gonna start it over. Okay. She said, "I know it's early to speculate, but what do you think will happen with Bucky at the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier?" Keep your comments. Keep your answer very, very wet and fluid.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Man. None of your damn business what I think.
Ooh.
Why don't you take that in your ocean and swim around in it? Fish stick.
Man. Said put that on your boat and float.
Exactly. Got Moana come around here. Man, look. Some of these Nerve Avengers, man, I don't understand. They try to find my trigger points, don't they? But they can't. You know what? So. Not with this. Look, not with this banging ass beat behind me. I can't do it.
Trying to tell you, they don't know. They just don't know.
They don't understand, man.
Not at all. Then we got the homie Lord Maui coming through with the $5. Thank you, V's. He said, "Fake Cap, 2 suspect. I sense lies. I think he's working for Zemo or Skrull. If I'm right, you're welcome. Well, if you're right, we will thank you. But yeah, he's suspect. I don't think he's a Skrull or anything like that. But that was the thing about John Walker period. You know, his character was always kind of sketchy. He was always more of a teetering between being a hero and an anti-hero. And that's another thing too. Like they're busting out a lot of different anti-hero stories in this timeline so far. We got WandaVision already with Wanda. Now you got this John Walker character who's not evil, he's not good. He has some convoluted senses, but they use him toward that same nature coming through. Hawkeye, he's actually another one getting in the spotlight.
Yep.
He's not he's more of a hero, but he did have an anti-hero moment when he became Ronin. So we got things like Daredevil and Punisher that are being confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
We have and there's another thing, She-Hulk coming. We already know She-Hulk is a lawyer. So what purpose would she serve if she didn't have a bunch of anti-heroes to defend? You know what I'm saying? You can't really have a purpose for her without something like that. So I think they're going to be diving into a lot of people who look suspect for a reason. And we will see that play in the future. Let me have player 2. He just blessed us with the $2. So I don't know if he meant to have a message in there, but we appreciate you.
Hey, did
man.
we ever
I'm
get
pretty
player
sure-
2? Did we ever get player 2 set right back on the Discord, man?
I was going to say, if
We
did
owe,
not, I would-
matter of fact,
let's do it.
Player 2, we owe you a sincere apology. It seems that there was some oceanic fuckery going on that led to you being inadvertently banned. And we are going to undo that, sir, and bring you out of the sea and back on to the beach. We will not allow such things to happen to cool ass Nerve Avengers, man. We not gonna do it. So just be ready, man. We gonna get that ban. We gonna get that ban lifted, man. Because we don't have a problem admitting when we make mistakes, do we, man? We sometimes we wrong. We as long as we get it right.
Exactly.
As long as we get it right.
As long as we get it right, try to make it right. Get it right, get it tight. But you're funny.
Hey, do we need to add oceanic fuckery to the book?
I don't know. It might complete the whole name instead of it just being like she thinks she Prince. You know, that's the last name.
Oh,
we got the real Jesse Lee Reed with the $5. He said, my most savage theory: Ross is the new post-blip POTUS and the power broker and a Kree sleeper agent. My man just
all over it, right?
His resume,
Man,
didn't he?
Like
man, Ross
Lord,
was busy.
Like, oh my Lord.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
We have the homie, the main glass half full with the $4.99. He said, "Do y'all like my name for tonight? Thanks, Alan Lavis. Y'all are so great." Well, we appreciate you, man.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
Of course. We was digging the serve glass half full.
Yes, indeed. Love it, man.
Yeah, see, Cavi came in, caught me with the shades on, and said, "Lavis on that drink." See, there's a difference.
Look.
I take these shades off, all of a sudden I'm sober.
just like that. Just like that.
Just that quick.
That fast.
We do that here.
Definitely.
That's the ending of The Sopranos. You never know what's going to happen.
Nope.
Player 2K back with the $2. He said, Walker's friend in the comics dies, man.
Well, guess we know what that means.
Yes. Rest in peace, pretty boy. My man, I don't know where they found him, but they made sure they took him out of one of them real life black Ken doll boxes.
Didn't they though? Like they hurried. They made sure. They made sure. Look, I got I don't know how far back any of you young cats go, but for my boob millennials out there, my man looked like he came straight off the S curl box. Super strength.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, totally. Especially when they had that my man post up in the first scene.
I'm trying to tell you, he had that profile look like.
Totally. He just doing that little slight smile.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, man.
Goodness.
He's like, I'm gonna be in Jet Magazine this week.
My man looked like a combination of Lil Bow Wow mixed with the dude that played David Ruffin.
Oh my God. Oh man. You are not wrong.
He's up there.
He was serious with it too, right? Stand up. Stand up.
Stand up. If you understand.
Oh man.
We got Rogue Soul with the $5. It says Sharon gonna be in Madripoor already and be like, what took you so long? Y'all slow. Get on my level. Turn up.
Turn up.
So we kinda got a point.
Facts.
Okay, that was the one I read from him already. So said, what are the odds they continue Maul and Kira storyline in Kenobi? What do you think, Al?
I don't think so, man. I think that's slim to none. I think the Kenobi series is going to focus very strictly on that relationship or that, the connection with him and Vader and the Luke aspect. Now, I will say, I think it's super dope that they're bringing back Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru, and that the original actors from the prequel trilogy are going to play them, because that's one of the things that I feel like gets overlooked a lot is like, what was it like with Luke during those adolescent years on Tatooine? Like what, we know Obi was there watching over him, but what was Luke like? Like what was going on with him? Was there any type of indication of his force ability at all? Like, was there anything that he experienced? Was there anybody after the dude or anything like that? So that's really the thing that I'm interested to see. But no, I don't think the Kira and Maul thing will get touched on very much in that.
Well, we shall see. Maybe
Indeed.
we can get a nice little Easter egg.
Yeah, I'd be cool. I'd love it to happen, but I just don't know if it will.
Yeah, right. We'll have to see about that.
Yeah.
We got the homie Nell Boogie, who can boogie with the boogiest, with the $4.99, sir. He said, can't wait for this episode tonight. I shouted y'all out on Insta if that's okay. Not trying to get my hopes up, but maybe Omega Red can win a soldier. Hope so. Maybe, man. I don't know. Settled on seeing any kind of iconic yet. I feel like they'll sneak us. with a mutant that maybe isn't well known, and perhaps that'll be like an Easter egg type deal. But Feige, I don't know, man. As much as I'd love it, Feige keeps saying, he ain't gonna. At least he says no X-Men, so we'll probably get some mutants, but not the mutants you want. You know how that saying goes.
Yeah.
Ain't the mutants you want. This is one of them situations right there.
Right.
So, we'll see. The homie Patrick Ray came through with the $4.99. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
He said, hey, fellas, glad to be part of the den. All of the streams help me stay positive. Just wanted to say thanks.
Hey, that's what we're here for, man.
Yes.
Positivity.
We enjoy here. Yep. Most definitely.
We are here for positivity and Omega beams.
Yes, with the Omega beam. We do that here.
We definitely do that here.
With the Omega beams. We got this. This might be one of my favorite ones so far for the night. Proxy coming.
I saw that.
Pull up a pic of Battlestar and Kodak Black side by side.
Enough said. He ain't lying.
Blacker Star. He ain't lying. He ain't lying at all.
No. Not in the least bit.
In the least bit, man. But that is got for the supers.
Hey, well,
what's up with the people in the super too?
Let's see, man.
I see
some
everybody on the Omega beams.
Omega beams. Yes, I see it. I see it. Yeah, man. It's going down. So what we got? About three hours.
Yes.
Roughly. Yeah, man.
We try to kick it with y'all. Try to kick it with a bit after dark.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
He said, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
I don't know. I got hit with one
Mm.
Dark Side's Omega beams. I got hit with the left side.
Oh no, not the Omega beams, man.
Well, I mean, I'm recharging now. The glass. I'll
There
have
you
to
go.
take that anti-life equation.
There you go.
Hitting them with the purple beam.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
Yeah. Hit him with the purple mist or something. So I see
Just-
Abby KK say, hey, she's a PowerPoint. Yes, I
Mhm.
will. After this episode, I will do the homework for the people, and I will attempt to put you guys a nice PowerPoint together. She's a goner. She's deadsies for real.
Out of there.
I don't know. What do you think, Al? Everybody's coming. Wife, man. On a shot. You
Do what?
Don't
I
happen that
couldn't
way.
hear you. What was the last part?
think they're gonna successfully turn him into the Punisher by killing his wife off?
Ah. I don't
Nah.
know, man. We'll see. Well, I will just wait and see on that one.
Yeah. We'll have to.
Yeah.
Let's see that.
No
My man
doubt.
Bob Pulowski got jokes.
All the time. All the time.
Said, I need Dikembe Mutombo to come in and smack me like it's a Geico commercial to keep me away from that. Yeah.
I don't know if you want Dikembe to slap you, man. Them hands, like you
Probably
can
put
wrap
you
his
back-
hand around your like whole face.
Yeah. Totally might put you right back to sleep.
Yeah.
My busting out the dongle. I don't know, Felicity. Not sure. We will have to see.
Yeah, man. Who knows? And we can't talk about what happens in After Dark till we actually get
Nope.
to After
Until it's
Dark.
after dark, exactly. Most definitely.
And
so,
I
I mean, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that on that note,
Yeah.
like we always say, you ain't got to go home,
To go home.
but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
My man.
And my man, Al. I see
Hey.
Proxy tried to slip through with that 399.
Yeah, I see it.
Said, yeah, drink that Cap America Super Purple Scissor Serum. Hey,
That's
probably
it.
exactly what we're gonna have to call it now.
Right.
And
But
it's
you
gonna
got
be
to
Black
make
in
sure you're
America, though.
compatible though. You got to make
Right.
sure you're compatible, because if you're not compatible and you sip that, you might end up in somebody's ocean.
Yep.
Looking for lost
Like they said
trinkets.
like they said on Def Jam Fight for New York. That's some unorthodox shit. You don't want that happening, man.
Seriously. But yeah,
Well,
man.
I guess we will catch you guys
In
the next episode. That was a good one.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
You think maybe we should have talked about the fact that this is my last After Dark? I mean, I know we spoke about it before the show
Oh,
and all, but
shit. We didn't tell them,
I
did
didn't
we?
want to. Nah, I mean, I didn't want to dampen it. Figured maybe
I thought we was
talk
going to
about
tell them that on afternoon, though. I mean,
Yeah, I
we
mean,
ain't even found a replacement for your ass yet.
I mean, I heard you. I was letting you big it up and everything, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't want to put a damper on the show. I
Look,
figured.
Yeah, I'm still looking at the 2A, and apparently people think we playing, but last I checked, it was 12:04.
I say it's after midnight.
It's after midnight. April Fool's is over.
I mean, unless it's like one of them MCU things.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's
people think that
they think we playing.
they think we playing, man.
See, I don't realize there was a reason we put this gospel beat on. Because this might
Exactly.
be the last time.
Yep, that time.
It just might be.
I don't know. I might actually have to dip because I see some people, already. They ain't even saying they gonna miss me. I'm just looking at me like they thinking they can replace the boy.
They out here trying to replace
you know what?
me. Nah, man, it wouldn't be the same without you, man.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It really wouldn't.
It wouldn't be, but you know, it's. I'll think about it, man. Maybe we can. Maybe I'll come back and do that, but. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just April Fools, man. It's the April Fools on my side.
Man,
We
totally
just
April
playing. I don't need
It's all
nobody
good.
staring at an ocean wondering what it all mean.
Right.
You know what I'm
Picking up
saying?
seashells and shit.
Yeah, the whole damn putting them in their hair and shit. You know, you have somebody out there trying to convince their grandmama that she a sea turtle or something. Ain't no telling. Turtle. Oh man. And it's exactly for this reason that we always nerd binge